I'm gonna run and grab my glasses just in case.
No worries.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes the test messages work, and sometimes they don't. I swear to God.
What in the chat itself? Or?
Well, so in my studio, I've got the capability of seeing chats from multiple platforms, which is really nice. I could also like feature them on screen and stuff, but I'm also supposed to be able to, like, if I type a message in that chat, it then sends it to all platforms, and usually it works and it's amazing, and sometimes it doesn't do shit.
What do you use? OBS, Streamlabs, what's it called? Something?
I do use OBS because that's my my preferred choice. And I have like plugins like Atom and stuff like that. It says it's going, but I'm not seeing it.
I'm a noob, so I still use Streamlabs, but like I know that OBS is better. I don't know. That's what I learned on, and I'm becoming old.
Ain't nothing wrong with Streamlabs. I used to use that a lot too, so trust me, there's nothing wrong with it. It says it's live. I'm just confirming. It does say it's live. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's I see it on my end. I just pulled it up on my phone.
Yeah, it says stream is starting.
Good.
It has a screen.
Good. Okay.
And then I see the chat on the screen. Is that what? Did you want that or not want that?
Yes. Yes, I like having that in certain scenes.
Okay. Cool. All right.
We're all cool. Okay. Music going off. I said music going off. Stop it. There we go. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gracious. It's finally time, boys and girls. I am your host, Nate at Night, joined yet again, as always, by my brother Jordan. And this week, for the DarkHarvest00 Finale, we have Heather herself.
Hello. Hello. Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, such a pleasure. You're welcome anytime. We're stoked. I mean, we've really been enjoying Dark Harvest for a long time. It's been really good. We were excited when you first jumped into one of our live streams, which then we were just like, oh my god, are you serious? This is like what an insane moment to happen. And then we obviously had a little bit of chit chat, and we decided that we gonna have a little watch party for the finale. And here we are. The day has finally come. I can't believe it. Hello, everybody in chat. We will. I will do my best to kind of keep on top of you as well. But as you can imagine, if we're watching stuff, it's gonna be harder. I do apologize, but we will do our best to keep on top of you as well. Sounds wrong when I say it.
Yeah, that was such a cool coincidence. I just happened to be on YouTube, and on my For You page, I saw, your live stream going, and I was like, huh, that's me. So I was like, I was in the middle of work trying to find something to play in the background, and sure enough, like, I saw you guys, and I was like, yeah, let me pop in without being like, my thing was, and even for this, I'm like, be honest, like, don't be shy, don't be afraid to hurt my feelings. I wanted your very honest opinion, and you guys were really good. I liked your commentary. I liked your I was just really, I thought that was really cool. Very stoked to be here now.
Thank you
very, very, very much. We like to pride ourselves on the fact that we do have opinions, but at the same time we need to be a level of respectful. Like, if something is hot garbage, I think we're probably still going to call it out. But what you guys have is quite an impressive thing. There's some levels of complicatedness with the story and plot, and I'm sure we'll probably have discussions and things like that. But I think I think we all know what we're here for. Besides the fact that everybody wants to gush about you being here, of course. Which let me just address the chat real quick. A lot of hellos. Let's see. We have Ren, who is so ready. Firebrand Wolf Davies,
Hi,
almost time. Blueberry 11, good to see you as usual. Ellie,
Blueberry.
hello.
Hi, Ellie.
Teresa
I
Martinez.
recognize some of the usernames, so thank you for joining.
Excellent. And I'm sure over time we might even get some more. No problem.
Mhm.
So, let me go ahead and just kind of give you guys a little heads up how I'm thinking we're going to do this format, because I'm sure we have a lot of questions. I'm sure we want to discuss things with Heather. We're going to get to that. So, if you have questions that you would like Heather to potentially answer, whether she chooses to or not, again, entirely up to her, put them in the chat, because I have a log. I will do my best to keep track of it. And then after our finale, when we decide to go into questions and discussions, that's when we'll pop them off, okay? So don't be shy. Load up that chat with questions.
Or it might be worth saying. Nathan and I have not seen the finale before, so if your questions pertain to the finale, maybe hold those off until after the finale.
Mhm.
We don't want to be spoiled.
That's a really smart point. I'm really glad you addressed that.
Especially with this one. This one is, and if you have seen it, you'll understand how special it is. If you haven't, buckle up, buckaroo.
Buckle up, buckaroo. Great South Park reference. Love it. Eldo Dubia. Hi. Okay, everybody. So, I hope we're all ready, because we need to jump into this. Larts, hi. Welcome to chat. I got my drink. I hope everybody's ready. We're going into 3, 2,
Yep, ready.
1. The harvest.
Let's go.
Oh, sorry. Can we?
Oh.
One last
God,
thing.
what?
Oh.
What have you done?
Nathan, could you share the screen on Discord? Because otherwise, I'm going to be watching on my phone, which will be like 5 seconds.
Do you not see it in our little chat?
No. Oh, there's
Do
a
not?
watch stream button. I never see that.
I was saying, like, it's definitely there.
Okay, then I'm good.
Okay, no worries. Get back to it. This will be the final log entry uploaded to this channel. Oh my god.
While the events in this video are a continuation of what transpired in the last 2 log entries, it has taken years to compile all this footage together. I'm sure by the end you will understand why this was a difficult task, but it has felt like a necessary one. I hope that this final video will offer answers to those who have followed this story closely from the beginning, me too, as a gift of gratitude for all your help along the way.
Me 3. I think it's going to be great anyway. I'm just excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Thank
It's
you.
going to be good.
Aw, thank
That's
you.
the only spoiler you get.
You're welcome, DarkHarvest00. Oh yeah, we kidnapped the wife or whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's Jacob Rainwood's daughter.
Right, the daughter. I was thinking of Grand Theft Auto 5.
Henry Amsel.
All right, I guess.
Thank you for the captions.
Listen,
by the
while
way.
we're here,
No problem.
we might as well get something to eat. Like, that way we can actually think when we create, like, a concrete plan of what we're going to do. And I know, at least for me, I can't think without something in my stomach.
Listen, we don't have much time.
You need to eat, Chris. You haven't
Go to a
eaten since last
drive-thru.
night. I'm not asking, I'm telling you, what do you want to eat?
I don't know. I don't care. Whatever you think.
All right, do you want something to drink?
Yeah, I guess I should have some water.
All right. All right, what about you? What do you want to eat?
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. I wouldn't be asking if I wasn't. What do you want?
Cheeseburger.
Hurry up before I change my mind.
Snack wrap?
All right, and what else?
Iced coffee?
All right. All right, well, I have to get changed anyway. These clothes are
Yummy
starting to stink, and I just need
combination.
it off of my body. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome too.
Oh, I love this ass.
I did not tell them I was gonna do that. They fucking
do.
died. They lost their mind. Because I don't know if you could hear it because it was kind of quiet. But as I was walking away, I was like, "Bitch." She goes like, it was like an actual reaction. For those who don't know, and I think you may have mentioned it, Savannah, who plays Jacob Rainwood's daughter, she is Chris's wife in real life. So, and she's so sweet. She's so
Well, that's why I got
sweet.
confused. Yeah.
Also, the reason why I said buckle up, buckaroo is because she has a shirt on that says buckle up bear.
Mm.
Buckle up bear. Don't know where she got that though. I want it.
Probably has to borrow it sometime.
Smell.
Damn.
Rude bunch.
What did you just say?
You heard her, Chris.
She was right. You do both smell. You could use a shower.
Yeah, well, you're probably right. That's not surprising considering we've been homeless for years.
I wonder why.
Do you have any idea what your dad did to my family?
Nothing. He did nothing. He's innocent. You've got the wrong person.
Will you shut the fuck up about that? We know we have the right person. I just spoke to him. He has our friend.
Oh, you guys are crazy.
Your dad murdered my family. My own father. I came home one day and saw him hanging in the bathroom. And my best friend, Alex, his whole family, his little sister, they murdered them on your dad's orders. He's a fucking monster. The world would be better off without him.
I'm sorry about your family. I didn't know.
No, you're not. You're not sorry. You think we're just fucking crazy because apparently you think he's innocent. You think your dad's a fucking angel. I wish I was making all of this up. But I'm not.
Okay.
And you're gonna find out very soon how real all of this is.
I believe you, and I'm sorry about your family, but I know my family, and my dad, he's not capable of doing something like that. Right?
He's been dead for 10 years.
He's not capable of doing something like that.
What a twist.
Maybe your dad hung himself.
Damn.
Oh,
Maybe.
Why don't you shut the fuck up before I kill you right now?
Fair. It's so fair.
fuck. That is so fair.
All right. Nice coffee.
Damn, that's a really nice one.
More Wawa.
Yes.
Northeast United States
I got you two because they
mentioned.
look kind of small.
Thank you.
You're welcome. There you go.
But to pronounce thank you.
Dude, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, I'm not. Since you guys kidnapped me and threatened me.
What did I just say?
That's what happens when you're a prisoner.
You threatened her, man.
Alright.
Maybe be glad you got
Something
iced
about
coffee.
the tenseness of that and drinking an iced coffee is so funny to me. That
Yeah.
like that was just completely natural. It's just like, what do you want? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And like I didn't realize it. So I didn't see this footage until Chris sent me the entire episode. So I did not know that she called me stinky. So we had a really nice watch party at Chris's place. You know, anyone who was involved with Dark Harvest that could have made it, you know, attended. And like I just similar to like Chris's. I was just like to like Savannah, and she's like, I don't know what to say. Like, oh, okay, I guess you think I'm stinky then.
It's just, you should have been like, I'll remember this.
Yeah. No, but like the way that they act off of each other was fantastic. I loved it when I saw it. I'm like, oh my God. They're both extremely talented. Savannah is a actress. I don't know how much you know. She was the lead on Chris and Leah Esposito of Whispered Faith, their movie called Lilith. I think Vin from EMH also was, I think he was DP on that. But she recently, probably one of the bigger things that she's been in recently, she was in Screamboat. Like the Steamboat Willie knockoff once he went into the
okay.
once he went into the public domain in the United States. She was in Screamboat. She played Ariel, or like their version of Ariel.
Right.
She's fantastic. She's such a great actress. But that's like one thing that like obviously before this, she was in Screamboat, she was in Lilith. But after Screamboat came out, she started getting fan cams, and she's like, oh look, I finally made it. I'm like, just wait until the Dark Harvest video comes out.
You get even more fans, don't you worry.
You'll get you. Yeah, and I've already seen some like memes and stuff, so I think it's really cool that like, I mean, again, she's a fantastic actress, so I'm just so happy to see her character get the attention it deserves, especially with how much torture we put her through. How many times did we have a gun up to her head? Again, up until this, like one of my favorite moments, or not this particular scene, but in general, my favorite like scene with her was, obviously I'm like, now don't be mad, but may have kidnapped the woman. But like, God, I love Savannah so much. Also, is this okay if I like put in commentary like after like a scene? Okay.
Absolutely. You kidding that? You do.
So.
You do whatever you want. We're just happy to have you here.
I'm just gonna game jack this entire channel.
Hey, I mean that's no problem with me. I'm sure the fans love it too. No, I'm so happy to just be like a background character in this. No problem. Oh man. Okay. Fun facts with Heather. Let's keep going.
You'll get a bunch of them.
Remember when we were living with Matt, and we would always go to that diner, at the end of the road. Like you, me, and Alex, we'd be playing Smash until like 3 a.m. and then realize that we hadn't eaten all day. And we would go over there and, God, what was it that Alex would always order from that place? Fucking,
Disco fries.
Oh my God, the disco fries. Dude, he would order 2 portions of that shit, thinking that we would actually want to eat it. It's so disgusting.
Do you remember how he would just like smother it in gravy?
Exactly. And then he'd like order more gravy on the side. Like, who does that?
I love Savannah's acting in the back.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was revolting.
It really was. And then he'd always like, because he bought too much, he'd have to bring some home. I'm pretty sure that was like a quarter of the fridge.
Oh my God, do you remember how he would just like leave it in the back and it would get so soggy and it would just turn into like brown sludge?
Oh God.
Not beating the stinky allegations.
And then he'd eat it.
It's fucking so gross. No wonder he kept getting sick.
You're so right.
It's disgusting.
This poor woman.
Yeah.
Listening to us talk about our stinky friends with their stinky like hostage takers or whatever the fuck you call them.
Sticky hostage takers.
Yeah. Also, another fun fact. So, a lot of people know this. Whatever. I have a Dark Harvest tattoo on my arm.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
That was, I got the tattoo I think in like 2018, and because going going through some stuff, and I always wanted to get, tattoos again. I had one, but like it was a cross on my ankle. Like it didn't really
Doesn't count.
mean much.
Yeah.
It didn't count. Like I wanted to be a person that had tattoos, and you can't have tattoos if you only have one. It's only singular.
That's fair.
So I had gotten this Dark Harvest tattoo after like a really bad breakup, and it was like kind of like my gift to myself. I'm like, what's one thing? Because my whole thing was for 10 years, I was like, I just want to make sure that I'm going to want this tattoo for the rest of my life. So I'm going to think about it really, really hard. And if I still want it, that means I want the tattoo for the rest of my life. Also, horrible advice. If anyone tells you that, obviously don't think about it for like a day and then get it. But like, make the appointment like a month or two in advance, because, you do want to think about it, but don't do what I did. Wait 10 years to get a tattoo. Regardless, I got the tattoo in 2018, right when I think the Brown Book was released, and not thinking of the further repercussions of having the logo of your YouTube channel on your arm. That's why in a lot of the scenes, a bandage over it. So like, it's not like, hey, look, look, I've got the bad guy tattoo. I mean, Chris could have obviously.
I'm a cultist.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a cultist. Yay! Like, because canonically in the past, like I was involved with the order.
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
From my family, like my family forced me in, but I didn't have that tattoo when I met them. So we had shot that scene like a few weeks prior, and I like realized like a week later, Chris hadn't gone through the footage too much. I'm like, hey Chris, he's like, what? Like, did I have the bandage on? And he's like, oh, no. So in that scene, I had to do it entirely again. This is a Wawa that's in our town. The amount of times I walked into that fucking Wawa the first day to change my outfit and to order food, and then like we ate it, and then I have to order more food. I looked insane. I looked insane. And just the idea of me having to do that all over again was the worst. But we did. And I'm just like, now people probably see me in that fucking Wawa changing my clothes like into 2 outfits like 4 times. No one ever questioned me. It's New Jersey. People are just weird. But like but it was like so awkward. I'm just like, here's the chick that's gonna order $20 worth of food and change her clothes 4 times. And complete coincidence, someone I hadn't like one of my like coworkers doesn't work there, but he just happened to be there the first time, and he's super shy. So I was like, hey, and he's like, oh, hello, bye-bye. He was there the second time I was doing this. And he was also, actually, funny enough, he was a friend of Chris and Mai's, like when I first met Chris. So like knew him for a very long time. And you just kind of saw him, like I did the, oh, hi, awkward, hello. And then he kind of like looks me up and down. And he's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, oh, I was wearing the same outfit that he saw me last time, carrying the same clothes under my arm as I did last time. But, for anyone who has any sort of creative, YouTube series, a lot of times through like mistakes or blunders or whatever, you end up creating something even better. So anytime, and I'm just using the word generally, every time you fail, you make something better. And not to say that the first set of footage was bad, but the second time we filmed it, it was so much better. It was so much more natural. And I really do believe that like Chris is a mastermind. He manages to, not only is he the most patient person I've ever met in my life, whenever I bleach my hair accidentally and be like, oh, sorry, he's like, we'll work with it. But like he knows how to rewrite something to be even better. So again, not jumping ahead, and we can go back to it afterwards, but the ending of Dark Harvest has been rewritten off the top of my head at least 5 times. And every time it got better. And this really is the best way he could have finished it. And it's because of failures. It's like you never end up or you shouldn't be using your first draft of anything, whether it's a movie, whether it's a script, whether it's a book, whether it's a poem. Chris is like the master of like really figuring out like that 6th, 7th, 8th draft. So if there's any creatives out there, don't be intimidated by your failures. You're gonna make something better. I promise you. I promise you. Unless you're writing your manifesto, in that case, maybe stop.
Yeah, like, you know, one and done on that. But even then, don't actually put it out. Like, just burn it at that point. You know, if you've made a manifesto, you've got a whole different issue going on.
I do have a question about that anecdote.
Oh,
Sure.
Why didn't you just explain to the clerks at Wawa that you were going to be doing a thing, that you're going to be going in and out? 'Cause it gets a lot less awkward that way. You can just do it, and they'll be like, "Oh, okay, we know that she's going to be coming in and out."
Because so, you know, for those who are not familiar, Wawa is like, and I'm just like, it's our version of Royal Farms. It's our version of
it's a
like
chain.
Speedway. It's our version of Come and Go. It's our version of Sheetz. So it's like, it's a gas station with like very like where the service area is mostly focused on food. And it's like pretty much its own restaurant. And you know, Wawa has a cult following, especially in New Jersey, Philadelphia, and funny enough, Florida. But so like there's people in and out. Like it's more of the like, hi, my name is Heather. I have an anxiety disorder. And I'm just like, oh, socially awkward. But so like people are probably noticing, but like they're just probably like, whatever. That's the least weird thing I've seen today. Because Wawa's, especially like anyone else's like convenience store at night, you're just gonna get the like weirdest people coming in. You know, it pretty much, and this is gonna sound so stupid. You both know the movie Clerks by Kevin Smith.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's just Clerks. All of New Jersey is just Clerks. You know, you got the 2 people standing outside dealing weed. You got the person inside who's changed her clothes about 5 times at this point.
Oh,
and,
you.
You know, they're not making enough to bother with me. So that they, you know, should. I believe that everyone should make fucking like a livable wage. Unfortunately, that's not the country that we live in. But they don't get paid enough to deal with my bullshit. So, you know, no, I guarantee, like, I got like a couple looks where it's just like, what's she doing here? Especially like when I'm ordering food from like the kiosk that they're making, they're like, this is the exact same thing I made for you 20 minutes ago. But yeah, so that's the context. And also it's New Jersey, you know, we're very honest people. Like the whole adage goes, at least in the United States, people from the North are kind, but they're not nice. And the people from like the West and the South are nice,
but they're not kind.
They're not kind.
Yeah. God, yeah, they're not kind, but they act nice. So like, it's very much a like, they'll give me like in New Jersey, like they'll give you a dirty look, but they don't care. They don't care. So life lessons with Heather, especially if you're not from New Jersey. You know, if unless you're like every other fucking Slenderverse series other than Marble Hornets.
Whole different kettle of fish right there. Which, by the way, yet again, I know I've reached out to Troy at least once or twice to potentially have him or Alex or anybody else on. Never hear back. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Joseph. Yes.
Yeah.
But never hear back. Real shame.
I've never talked to Troy outside of one time he came, and this is like 2012. This is like pre-Slender the game. If anyone has seen the Slenderverse documentary, if you haven't, after this, please watch it. It's amazing. It encapsulates that era so perfectly. Alex Hera is fantastic. They're a fantastic filmmaker. But in that, like we mentioned how we used to have these tiny chat nights, which is like a precursor to Discord, where, you know, you just go into a website, type in the room name, and here
everybody joins in one chat room.
2 people or 8
remember those
people
days.
Or whatever it may be. So I remember him and Joseph jumped in for like briefly, like maybe a half an hour. They were like, oh, this is overwhelming, because like, again, like they were popular, but they're not what they were today. I think they were still in their first season.
Mm.
So like, or second season, I'm sorry. But I will say this, Troy, I haven't talked to Troy. Tim is a fantastic person. He's so fucking cool.
Oh yeah, I get the
if you
feeling
want
Tim
any
is a guy you'd hang out
reassurances-
with.
If you want any reassurances, Tim's like the coolest dude in the world. He sent me a manual on like an analog synthesizer during COVID because I told him like I had mentioned like, oh, I'm trying to get into modular synthesizers, mini Moogs, anything like that. And I was like, that was the coolest thing in the world. But I was too scared to reply because I'm like, oh my God, Tim from Marble Hornets just sent me this and I never replied. And I think he thought I hated him until like, we reconnected afterwards. But yeah, that's the little side tangent. Tim is very cool. I'm sure Joseph and Troy are great. I just only met them briefly.
I think they're just very busy guys, and if anything,
I mean,
I know like myself,
Park,
like I mean, I get like messages and emails and stuff, and I don't respond half the time, so I do get it. I don't take it personally.
Yeah, no, I don't mean it like that, but no, they're all very cool. I'd share that at least.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. You guys are getting some very very incredible behind the scenes look through Heather's eyes, and I think that's one of the coolest things. Getting some real insights from somebody in the Slenderverse in such a way. I mean, obviously, Jordan is as well, and I am by proxy. But yeah, but still.
Oh, did you make a series in the past? Or did you collaborate?
Well, specifically, as far as the Slenderverse goes, specifically, I've made a few Slenderman blogs, but I was also part of a spin-off of the Slenderman mythos called the Fear Mythos, and I've made vlogs for that. I made vlogs for that. In fact, I wasn't one of the founding members, but I joined on like day 2, and I'm the longest running member because the other founders have left. But I've made a lot of stories, and I've helped that community quite a lot. But
to look into it.
I do have perspective when it comes to Slenderman creations,
which is why I brought him on.
Means a lot to me.
Which is why I brought him
You've
on.
probably been in it longer than I have.
It's possible. I guess I started making Slenderman stuff technically in 2010, but officially officially in 2011.
Is it fun being old?
Yeah, it is actually. I love
kind of, yeah, because we have far more insight to a variety of things,
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't meant to be facetious. No, that was like generally like it's so cool for us to be like, oh yeah, no, I was there back in the day. Heather,
it is.
You don't
it
need
is
to
cool.
School me.
It is cool being old. I don't see any problem with it.
So, unironically, like ever since I was a little boy, all I ever wanted to do was grow up and pay my taxes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's not as fun as people think it is. It's really a long slog of a process, especially once you become like an independent
society.
Once you become like an independent worker and you have to really like do it yourself, it's such a slog.
Yeah.
Get an accountant. That's all I'm gonna say. Get an accountant. Really save some hassle.
Yes,
expensive
please.
though. Expensive.
I work in the finance. I work in the finance industry. I have pretty much my whole adult life. Get an accountant. And you don't have to retain one, but no one lawyer that you can go to. I know that sounds adult and so intimidating because you'll probably never use them.
What if they're a bird lawyer? Would that count?
It's still bird law. I mean, it's still a form of law. So like, you might as well. You just might have to like invest a little bit in like some hands, but it's fine.
You got it. That was amazing.
We're lawyers.
So funny. Oh God, sorry everybody. We get off on tangents.
Aging is a privilege, not a right. So enjoy it as much as you can. I understand it's hard. Aging is beautiful. It's a privilege that a lot of people don't have. So fucking rock on, man. It gets better.
Yeah. Enjoy the life you have, because it's the only one you got. Don't give a fuck what other people say, unless it's to improve your life. That's, maybe then take it as advice, not as an order.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
A side tangent.
Don't even worry about it. Like I said, this is like it's your hour, your show. That's the way I see it. Obviously, yes, we're gonna do our best to finish the finale, but we have Heather Come on, guys. That's pretty freaking
Yeah.
cool. That's amazing.
It's pretty cool.
I think it's pretty
We
cool.
lost we lost 6 viewers when we started talking about taxes.
Well, you know what? That's because
I
they
love
don't
that
pay
comment.
theirs. They don't pay theirs. Cough, cough. Anyway, should we try to get back to it?
Yes.
Yes,
Sorry.
You're totally fine. Worst case, we don't finish it today, right?
Oh, we will. I will make sure that we finish it because it's worth it.
Sounds good to me. Okay, everybody. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Listen,
Listening.
there's something I need to tell you.
What?
I haven't explained everything that happened at the test site.
I mean, I just assumed that you would tell me when you're ready. I didn't want to force it out of you.
There was one person left guarding me. And I had to do what I needed to do to get away. Do you know what I mean?
Putting on a one-man band, yeah. It's embarrassing.
And
Rap battle.
and I found out who it was.
Who was it?
It was Matt's brother, Steven.
Yeah, that guy.
Do you remember his little
Fucking
brother?
Steven.
Yeah, I do. Matty would talk about him all the time. Chris, you're not a monster. You did what you needed to do to survive.
Wonder what she's thinking.
I
in the
didn't want
back
any
right
of
now.
this to happen. Any
I
of
think
it.
she's done with our bullshit.
Just
What do you know?
Just
This guy
get
killed a guy.
I'm in a car with a murderer right now.
fucking happening.
Some more water.
No, I can't right now.
I am also emotionally affected by this, but that happened like a few weeks ago for us, so I've processed it. Although that's why I'm cracking jokes right now. So it is an
Of
emotionally
being
affecting
a-
scene.
Oh, I thought you meant like you were abducted, and I got very
Oh
scared.
no, no! I'm saying like this is an emotionally affecting scene. Like Chris's grief is real and is horror, but
Mm.
he killed that guy. From our perspective, it was like a couple weeks ago, or
Mm.
well, probably like
Mhm.
maybe a couple months ago. So we've had the emotional moment. So now I'm cracking jokes about it.
It's fair. I think it's understandable. I think it's understandable and fair. You know, the important thing is we're having fun.
I've never been abducted. I want to put that on the record.
Good to know.
Yep. Neither have I, if we're gonna put things on the record.
Yet.
Heather, that's incredibly ominous. I'm very concerned all of a sudden now. Okay. Anyway, back to Dark Harvest. Keep an eye on her, chat. Keep a fucking eye on her.
So what are we gonna do?
Alright, well, we need to figure out some way to locate him because the test site is huge. I mean, you're the one who's most familiar with it. You've been there before, so like, do you have any idea where this rift is supposed to be?
I feel like there's gonna be some sort of like meaning to that spot, like why they would always do those sorts of rituals over there. There's also like a few spots that are deeper in the woods that like I remember like my parents would bring me through the trails, and we would always go off trails. I just don't want to fuck us on this.
Yeah, no, I know. We only have this one shot and we don't have much time.
I mean,
All right, well, we need to just do this systematically, and, you know, we'll figure something out. Listen, we're almost there at this point. I think we need to just stick together. We'll do our best and just keep an eye out for anyone, because you know it's going to be dangerous. Okay, we're here. Are you ready?
are you?
I don't know if I'll ever be, really, but
What are we gonna do about her?
That's an important question.
Leave her in the car.
Leave her in the car.
honestly,
Locked. The windows up.
she's of no use to us anymore.
Please.
We should just let her go.
Whew.
What?
Are you sure?
Thought he was gonna kill her. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in
You
keeping
should call me
her around at
Stinky
this
one more
point.
time. We'll see.
Yeah, you can go.
Really?
Yeah, why don't you go before I change my mind?
Could I have my phone back?
These fucking Zillennials, man.
At least she can, you know, call a cab or something.
Camera pans to the right, just immediately doing a TikTok about what just happened.
It's just a tell-all TikTok.
So I just got abducted, and now I'm in New Jersey.
Oh my god.
Who
They
does
need
that?
Come with me.
they should fucking do that. That'd be so funny. Just like this random, like, super long TikTok series of all these little shorts of her being like, oh my god. That'd be so
This is my time to speak my truth.
that'd be so good.
And holding people accountable.
And like at the end of it, she's got like obviously
Don't
maybe like a fake
abduct
book.
People.
And
That'd
just in the background, like crying because we're realizing that we're going on a suicide mission.
and she's just doing a tell-all TikTok in the back.
She does like a TikTok dance where she's like, "Oh boy,
That's funny. That's really funny, and I love that thought.
Heather McComber and Chris get canceled. To be fair,
Not-
I don't think the characters have TikTok, seeing as they're on the run from a surveillance state. So they probably have no idea what's going on right now.
It's okay. I mean, it would have been China at that point who would have had your information, but nowadays not so much. It would have been.
Don't give the
US.
United States too much grace.
Well, that's a
I
whole
just-
different topic.
Yeah,
I have one last joke on the subject. before
Go
I'm
for
of
done.
course.
Go for
Ha-
it.
Hashtag not all slender vloggers.
Yes. I did tell. Okay, I also, let me put like a little asterisk. I did tell people to come with their best dad jokes. I've not seen one dad joke yet.
Honestly, right?
Um,
Where are the dad jokes? What is this?
It's BS.
Disappointing, guys. Disappointing. Let's get at least
Jordan's
one dad
the
joke.
only one who came prepared.
I've always got jokes. I did a good one when Nathan put the promotional picture up for this.
True.
I've
True.
got to give credit. That joke was not quite mine. It was from my friend Lindsay. When the Dark Harvest finale came out, Lindsay sent me the link and just pointed out the thumbnail and said, "Slendy's passing you the blunt."
I mean,
So
I
I
thought
made sure
it,
to
I thought it
comment
was
that
really
on-
funny. I thought it was really funny.
So I made sure to comment that on when Nathan did the promo pic for this.
Actually, if that hasn't been done yet, and if no one else in the chat beats me to it, I will absolutely make that afterwards of Slenderman passing the blunt.
You should. It's
So
funny. It's
he's got-
great.
Because he's got like his fingers like just spread enough to like fit it. No,
Yeah.
it's got
Just
the
enough
finger
to
of the
hold
thumb.
something in it.
Yeah, it's the perfect position. It's perfect.
No, it's true. It's very true. It's very true. Okay. Oh my god, we're only 13 minutes in. Well, this is awkward because I'm out of beer and I'm gonna go get another beer.
Yeah.
I also need to
You know what?
pee because I have the bladder of a squirrel. Oh, Mummy's shown up.
Oh, hi, Mom.
That sounds
You
weird
showed
when
up
I
just in
say
time
it
for the
like that.
break.
Oh man, Mum has shown up, which still doesn't. That's funny. Hi, Mum. It's okay.
Mother has arrived.
Mother's here. Yeah, that's the creepy one right there. Anyway, I'm gonna go pee, grab another beer. You guys are
I'm-
welcome to hang out
I'm
and
gonna-
chat if you want, or no.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take the opportunity to have a smoke break.
Okay.
'Cause
Well, in which
Well, then
case,
I will be
advice.
alone with chat, and chat can ask me any sort of questions. If you want to put the screen
Yes, they
up, that's
can.
fine.
yeah, absolutely. So I'll go ahead and put Heather full screen on there for you.
BRB, everybody.
And if you want, Heather, let me see if I can pop up a chat thing here for you. I'm sure I can. Behind the scenesy stuff, but they're not. They're not gonna see it.
Okay.
I think, are they gonna see it? I actually don't know. Oh god, I should
They
check
don't
that
see
for-
anything.
Okay. good.
So as far
Oh, 'cause it's
as
you, of
far
course.
as the
What am I-
stream delay is.
I'm an idiot, of course. So seeing you, what am I talking about? At least this way you can see live chat, which is handy.
Awesome, thank you.
No problem. Just pause that there.
Let me see. Let me think of another story.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have one. You guys go. You'll watch the
we
VOD
are.
afterwards.
We are.
You guys.
We are. You can't stop this.
Get out of here.
This is
Get outta
happening.
here.
You got this. I trust you.
Thank you.
She's a big kid.
Man,
guys.
they're
She's
putting
got
a lot of
this.
trust in me, guys.
She's a big kid. She's
We could
got
do
this.
anything we want.
But wait,
Um.
not quite.
Yeah, so I guess another fun story that I could tell you guys. Let me think of something. Let me see. Unless anyone has any questions. Oh, you're gonna draw that now for Discord emoji, the slender with the blunt, please. Try to think of something. I had an idea. Oh my god, what happened? Heather, do you have a favorite Dark Harvest episode? So, for a long time, my favorite Dark Harvest episode, I'm trying to remember which number it was, but it was right before Chris went missing, or Chris got, sorry, not Chris, Alex went missing, where he had the, where he had like, he was getting the slender sickness, and I'm not, I understand if you haven't seen this, I'm sorry, but where Alex starts getting affected by Slender Man, and at the end of it, like we have to pull over. I have, he's trying to take the gun, and for YouTube's sake, pew pew himself to like save himself, and I wrestle it out of his hand, and I get to shoot Slender Man. That was my favorite because that's when I realized that I was like an actual Slender Man protagonist, because like up until then I was a little bit more of like a side character, kind of like on the level of like Greg or whoever, but I was like, that's it. That's when I realized I was legitimate. So I know I hate having to use like TikTok words, but just for everyone's sake. Size of Coke that Heather drank in 2020. What?
Asking the real questions.
I'm trying to remember. Not in I know I drank Coke when we were sitting on the side of the same Wawa, by the way. In like a couple episodes ago. And that was just a 20 ounce. That's an interesting question. You shot the hungry home invader. Oh, okay. You already answered that. When you record the finale of the series. So the finale was recorded over the course of about 3 months or so. Especially, we're not 19 anymore. fortunately, real life happens, and also, Chris directed, produced everything, his own found footage movie called Worlds. So that was prioritized because obviously there's deadlines that you need to meet.
Mm.
So one thing that we would always do, which I think is a really great way of planning things as an adult, is, and this might sound a little bit silly, but it has worked for us. What I would do is we would ask each other, like, okay, when are you free? Because generally it's like a weekend. We both work 9 to 5s, Monday through Fridays. And I would be like, okay, I can work, the weekend of the 5th. I can work, I can do it the weekend of the 22nd. I can do it the weekend of the 30th. I would actually block off all 3 for Dark Harvest. Because at least for me, it was like, this is the priority. I interestingly enough, and to prove my dedication, I actually missed the concert of one of my favorite musicians to film Dark Harvest.
Holy shit, really?
It's something I've been looking forward to for a long time. But I was like, Dark Harvest means so much more to me than this band.
Yeah, passion project.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I heard it was a really cool show. But I was like, that was when we were filming the episode where where Chris sees Alex in the woods.
Yeah.
2 episodes?
Entry 37.
37? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it hurt. It stung, but I was like, no, I told Chris I'm gonna do this, and it just, that's the way it happened. But like, I love Purpose more than the Subhumans.
So personal question then, who did you miss out on?
So there's this 70s English oi band called the Subhumans.
Oh yeah.
It's punk.
Yeah, very punk.
They were a very big band for me after a big breakup, because it was a little bit of a bad breakup where I lost my identity in it. So it was like my reclamation. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm a fucking punk. I'm gonna start listening to punk. And there's this one song called No, where it's just like screaming the word no, and that helped break me out of my depression. That helped break me out of my identity crisis, and it kind of brought me back to not only punk music but also horror. I lost that little bit of me, and it came back. But so it was definitely like, it wasn't just like a concert I missed and I'm like, oh damn, I didn't get to see Bouncing Souls for the 12th time. It was like they're from the UK. They don't tour in the United States that often, and they toured literally like to a town I could ride my bike to. So like, all my friends were there. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? What's a fucking concert? I'm sure they'll tour again. I'm probably not going to miss them because I'm not probably going to miss them because that's the hard part about listening to like old, classic punk rock music, is that they're all in their like 60s and 70s.
I think you just mean any older,
a lot of hard
older
drugs
group,
back in the day, so they're not healthy, unless you're Ozzy Osbourne, which rest in peace. That man
what a
should
fucking
not
legend.
have lived as long as he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm dedicated to Dark Harvest. I love it.
Well, that's I think that's one of the best parts about the dedication, the passion that I believe that you would have for something like this, right? It's when it's something that you truly care about, and it's something you really, I mean, maybe you don't have the specific main reins, but it's something you care about enough that you would, I mean, even in that case, like, you're not just missing out on a band that you could probably see multiple times a year. You're missing out on a fairly, you're missing out on a fairly exclusive thing, and that if anything, I know, like, for me, that would be like, that's dedication, that's loyalty, that's you got to really remember and respect that, and if anything, you got to really kind of remind people, like, I saw what you did, that means a lot. But again, I mean, it's because you're also a main part of this driving force, right? And so I totally understand why you might have done such a thing. I personally might not have done that. I might have been like, look, this one specific weekend I can't do. All right, like, that's just there's just no way. Or if you really want me that time, I'll be there for like an hour or something. I can't give you more than that, But,
yeah, well, so I go to a lot of shows. I'm very fortunate. I have a lot of music in my life. I live in a very musical in Kleintown. I live in Asbury Park. I live in the birthplace of Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, you
So
do.
I'm lucky enough where I get to see live music a lot. Of course, this band means a lot to me. But it wasn't like, to be quite honest, the tickets were like $10 fucking. I wasn't seeing Bad Bunny. I wasn't seeing Taylor Swift. I didn't spend $500 on the ticket.
It's still not a band that you might be able to see anytime soon, unless you maybe went to a different country, for example. Because that's the thing about touring in the US. If you're not from the US, touring in the US is expensive and it's difficult and it's a big effort. And a lot of people don't know that because a lot of people are from the US and they're like, yeah, exactly. You don't think of it, but it's a big commitment. So like for me, one of my favorite bands of all time that I would love to see live, which I've never been able to, which is insane, is Iron Maiden. And they're old. They're getting on.
So cool.
I'm so surprised that they're still tour. And I'm like, that's fucking insane they still tour. I mean, these guys are like fucking 70s,
Are they English?
Yes, yes, they are. They are absolutely English. But, at the same time, I've never been able to see them live, even though they tour a lot. But if I had the opportunity to go see them and it kind of cut into a very specific thing, I'd be open and honest. I'd be like, hey, look, this means a lot to me. You guys do too, but this kind of came before you. So that takes precedence. I'm going to go do this, but I will still be here when you need me beyond that point.
I think, and I believe Chris mentioned this in the documentary. So I think one of the things that like worked really well with Dark Harvest, I think that made us really successful is that I went heads, I deep dived into this. I wasn't just like, at first it was like, yeah, sure, like you guys can film at my place for something. I don't give a fuck. Or I used to like watch them record. Like when I said that, like I've been there from the beginning, it's because I've watched from afar, like their, from when they first started. And I would just kind of like, hey, you guys want to watch us film behind the school? And I was like, yeah, sure. I've got nothing else to do. I'm 17, 18 years old. But once I kind of got into Dark Harvest, I fell into Dark Harvest. So like, I was definitely very committed. And, when you love something and, and I'm sure even for Chris to find someone who is as committed as he was is a rarity. And I'm not here trying to toot my own horn, but I was like, no, I'll do anything for Dark Harvest. Dark Harvest.
I mean, you got a fucking tattoo of it. I mean, that's pretty big.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like that's for when I get old and I start to lose my memory, and I'm like, what's that for?
Yeah. In the nursing home, and everybody else is looking at you like, what the fuck do you have a diamond on your arm for? And you'd be like, I don't know what that is.
What's those 4 bars for? And why you got broken VHS tape? Tattoos are a lot of fun. I know it's not for everyone.
When I killed a cult member in real life.
Oh no. Oh no!
I was in a cult.
That would be bad.
I was in a cult. It's like, all right, Grandma, we're gonna push you over here now. You're gonna stop talking to people.
We're locking the door tonight, Grandma.
We summoned Slender Man. Like, all right.
Kidnapped a woman.
I shot the Slender Man.
It's all on tape.
Yeah, and after like 40, 50 years, however long it is, they think it's just a man who is slender. Because they forgot, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Oh no!
Oh, you shot Doug Jones?
Oh my god, Timothy Chalamet!
Timothy Chalamet. That would be fucking terrible.
That would be terrible. He's a great actor. Okay, let's be respectful. What a guy.
I love Timothy Chalamet. I know that it's like a joke to rag on him, but he's a great actor.
He's a great actor. You got to give him that. And I think a lot of actors get a bad rap. And to be fair, a lot of them have really good performances, especially Nicolas Cage. But that's a hot take.
If I've learned anything from deep diving into the so bad it's good genre, is that a bad editor. I know people always say director. I know a lot of people say bad actors, but a bad editor.
I'm not a good editor. I'm very basic. I'm very bare bones.
A bad editor can make or break a film. It's no secret. I love Neil Breen films like more.
Oh my god, yes.
But the way it's edited together, because I think Neil Breen does it with like somebody else. made that movie as terribly good as it is, because there's no reason for the way he has edits it sometimes.
So true.
But I'm going off the rails. I'm so off of the plot.
That's okay. That's okay. This does happen here, and yet again, I'm all for it. Clearly, we just need more hangouts with Heather. Maybe that's the segment we need to do. Hang out with Heather. That's good.
See, your mother understands. She said that she has some tattoos.
5 tattoos.
Really
yes,
cool.
yes, she does indeed.
I do want to explain when I said you shot Doug Jones. That's because Doug Jones. I'm pretty sure Doug Jones played the Slender Man in one of the Slender Man movies. But more than that, Marble Hornets. They originally wanted Doug Jones to play the operator during season 3.
That's it.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And they nearly got it to happen, but in hindsight, they're glad that it didn't work, because the entry would have been when the operator had to appear in that tiny tunnel underneath the hospital. And as they said in the DVD commentary, he'd have done it, but then he'd never have talked to us ever again.
That's my favorite shot in the entire series. Is that long tunnel shot? It's just so it's framed so well, and it should be as iconic as it is.
Yeah.
And as Ren also gratefully points out, we've literally gone on 30-minute rants about religion on stream before. This tangent is nothing. It's true. Jordan and I do have tangents, but it's what we have opinions. We have hot takes. And again,
luckily you only have to watch one episode.
Yeah, the longest one you guys have put out, but
I know.
But we have a special guest.
I love that we're still in the car. It's almost like we're abducted. Get us out of the car.
I've abducted you guys. I'm sorry.
I have no issue with that, because yet again, we have a special guest, and I think when anybody has a guest on for whatever thing they're doing, it should be 80-90% of the guest and then 10% everything else, right?
Hey, I'm the one with the goods. I'm the one with the stories. So
it's true, exactly. And yet again, you're also one of the creators behind what we're literally watching right now. This isn't like a random person we brought on. You're a big deal to what we're currently doing here.
You're on the screen right now.
Yeah, you literally. That is you. That is for those in chat who have no idea who we're talking to. Heather is in. Come on, it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry. Let's try to watch more, shall we?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Because if I drink too much more and we haven't got far, it's game over. I'm going to be all over the fucking place with my randomness.
Do you think that was a mistake?
No.
Wouldn't be my first time. All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
I didn't realize that there was a road this close.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
It's a bat. It's fine. It's just a bat.
A bat, she says. B-A-T.
I'm so fucking paranoid.
B-A-T.
Yeah, here, I think we got turned around. We should probably head back the way we came.
I feel like I keep seeing them in the tree line, and I know it's just my brain messing with me. Oh, God.
God.
It's so fucking dark. It's hard to even tell where we are in the park because it's so dark.
Think back to your time in the Order, though. Did they ever say anything about, where this could be?
I mean, they would mention, pockets of energy. But it's kind of one of those spots that was kept deep in the archives that even I wasn't privy to.
Shit.
I feel like we've already checked here, Chris.
I hear something. There are people out here.
Oh yeah, I hear chanting.
Wait, shh.
What do you hear?
Oh my god. Did you hear that?
What? Wait.
That voice. I think the ritual is happening right now. Oh my god, we don't have much time.
Oh my god, Chris.
We need to keep moving.
I can't do it anymore.
Up. I think.
Oh fuck, there it is. Oh my god.
Here, wait up.
It's moving. It's moving. It's moving over there. It's moving. Why am I hearing it from every angle? What the fuck is going on?
Oh, shit.
God, it's so hard to pull myself together. Oh my god.
Heather.
Oh my god.
Heather, who is that? What?
Oh my fucking god.
Holy fuck.
Chris, it started. Chris, it started.
Fuck, we have to keep moving. We have to keep going, Heather.
You don't get it. You don't fucking get it. I don't think I've told you that. This is the harvest. We're too late.
No, Heather, we're not too late. We have to keep moving.
Oh my fucking god.
Heather, listen, we have to keep moving. We have to find Alex.
Okay. Let's go.
Just don't look at them. Don't look at them. Here, follow me. Here, grab my arm.
No.
Grab my arm.
No.
Grab my arm. Don't look. Just don't look.
We've got to find him now.
Just don't look.
Find him now. We gotta find him now.
Heather, come on, please. Heather, please. Please. Heather, wait. Heather. Heather, stop. Please stop, Heather. We have to calm down.
Okay. For Alex.
Just remember, he's here. We can save him. We have to just keep moving.
Okay. Oh my god, the smell. Fuck.
I had to pause it here, but that was a great sequence.
Thank you. That was a very interesting scene to shoot. So a little bit of backstory. I was gonna mention this before, but I was like, yeah, let me wait. So for that scene, we tried to get like a bunch of people that hadn't been in the series yet, which is pretty much the well has run dry for friends who know Slenderman and Slenderverse and everything like that. So, again, fortunately, I have other communities that I'm part of. I'm very big into like conventions. I'm very big into like music. So I was reaching out to people to say, hey, could you help us out for my YouTube series? It's a horror themed. If you can make it on blah, blah, blah date at blah, blah, blah time, that'll be awesome. So I copy and paste that and I send it to, I blast it to like a bunch of different friends. Because it's kind of hard to see, but we have a lot of people there. But I didn't realize until we were walking to that spot in the park where my friend's like, "So what are we doing?" You know, like we had shot like the scene with all the cultists being shot like in the last episode. It was like this pretty much like the same day. It was a really difficult day because like we were shooting from like 10 in the morning until like 11 at night. So yeah, I'm just trying to like find as much people as possible. So I'm like copy and pasting this everywhere. And as we're walking up, my one friend who ends up being one of the, you know, harvested order members, he's like, "So what is this for anyway?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, I forgot to tell them what the context was." And he's like, "I just thought this was for like, I don't know, horror movie." And to me, I'm like,
Kind
"Oh
of.
my god." Like I'm just like, "Hey, could you pretend to be a dead body for me at like 6 p.m. on, you know, October 12th?" I don't remember the day. And I'm like, "I'm so sorry that I did not explain this more." It was just like, it was like kind of like a frantic like copy and paste, send, 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 send.
Mm.
But that goes to show that I have really great friends because they were just like, "Yeah, sure, I'll be a dead body for you." And like a lot of the people, like I made a lot of friends since 2020, which is amazing. Mostly 2021. People like I had messaged people like online in 2020, but I made I made a lot of friends since COVID, and a lot of them don't know about Dark Harvest because, you know, I'm a little too humble for sometimes for my own good, and you know, all my friends are fantastic. They're artists, they're musicians, they're filmmakers, they're creatives of every single type. But like for a very long time, I was kind of a lot of times whenever I would mention Slender Man, the first thing they would ask is, "Oh, like the stabbings?" And I would be like, "Yeah, I guess." But like
Unfortunately.
it was so much, yeah. So a lot of times the connotation went back to Waukesha,
Mm.
and it kind of took the wind out of the sails a little bit. So I kind of like, not that I stopped talking about it, but like also when I try to explain to people, and like I'm trying to figure out the like nicest way to say this without seeming weird, but like I think at like our peak we were like 40,000 subscribers. So like I try to explain to people, especially now in 2025,
Mm.
that 40,000 subscribers back in 2012
It
is
was
an incredible
massive.
feat.
It was massive.
It was 2010. I mean, YouTube had only seriously taken off since like 3 years prior.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's hard for people to contextualize, especially when you see like Mr. Beast with like 100 million subscribers. It's hard to
Yeah.
like conceptualize that like 100,000 subscribers was like a million today, or a million, you know, back then was like PewDiePie. Like it was just so the like quantitative. It's so much different. So I'm like, yeah, you know, like I've been working on this project since like I just graduated high school. You know, you remember the whole Slenderman thing? Yeah, like, you know, I had something to do with that. So that's generally how I lead into it. And the same person was like, "So what are we doing anyway?" I was like explaining Slenderman. Like a lot of times I'll be like, "Do you know what Marble Hornets is? Yes or no?" Okay. And then like it turns into like a question, like, "Okay, well, do you know what EMH is?" And when I say yes to EMH, I'm like, "Okay, I found one." Which happens more often than not, interestingly enough. So he was like, "That is like the coolest thing I've ever heard." And like I'm in a community of a lot of creatives. So like again, like some of my friends that are musicians are pretty big. Like again, I'm not meaning that to gloating, but like my medium of art is a lot less visual or upfront as like, "Oh, are you coming to my show at 7 p.m. on Friday?" I was like, and I'll be like, "Nah, I can't. I have to like shoot my YouTube series." And people are like, sometimes they'll go to like travel vlog like in their brain, or "What's up YouTube," like that kind of style. And I
Yeah.
try to explain it, but like you lose someone after like 2 or 3 sentences if they're
Yeah.
not interested. So I like try to like formulate the best way to explain things to people. But like anyway, so like my friend, he's like, "That's so cool, and like you should talk about it more." I was like, I guess I should. It's like, especially since I knew it was ending. He's like, just the fact that you weren't like, you didn't walk into this being like, yeah, like I was a part of this thing that like did that, and like, so like I'm trying to, again, I'm not trying to be like gloating, and again, I'm
You're fine.
sometimes too
Don't worry
humble for
about
my
it.
own good.
Don't worry
But
about it.
like, but
This
I
is
was
a
like,
cat
yeah,
tale.
well,
Don't be
like,
loud.
a lot of Slenderman stuff hit his peak, like, maybe like 8 years ago, or unfortunately when that fucking terrible movie came out. Okay with
That
me.
was bad.
That's totally fine. I love Dark Harvest, and the one thing I always say is like, the fan base is probably some of the most dedicated people I've ever met in my life.
True.
They like, when you love creepypasta, when you love ARGs, you don't just like it from afar. You are in, because again, with the ARG, the game element, you're immersed into it. So yeah, like I all of my like everyone I've met that like, I'm sure like people in the chat, like I've interacted with them. It's very cool. And like they've been trying to, maybe they've emailed Heather's email trying to figure out where, or Chris's, or reconnect us, or, their theory. So like when I tell people, I'm like, we have like very, very dedicated fan base, obviously out of appreciation, but like, how are you going to explain that to, like famous musician's son here, like insert famous musician son here.
Yeah.
He's not going to get it. Or, the person who doesn't watch movies, but like is really into music. So yes, so sometimes like I kind of end up being a little too humble for my own good, but he was like, just the fact that you are humble about it, when like, again, you should be more, makes this even cooler. I just thought we were filming a movie, and I'm like, thank you a lot. Thank you so much. So like a lot of those people were like the closest friends who did not think twice when I asked them to be a dead body on the ground. But when we filmed it, again, this is like the end of the day because it had to be very dark. It was a very dark day.
Yep.
When we were walking over there, and like, we're setting up the scene. None of them have ever, with the exception of maybe my boyfriend, who was the security officer when I was walking up to Henry Amsel's house, like when I'm dressed up as the Amazon thing, he was the security officer. So like, with the exception of my boyfriend, none of them know anything about Dark Harvest. None of them have seen anything Dark Harvest related. So when we're filming that, like, and some of the other takes were a lot more emotional that I was acting. When we finished our first take, and I'm like, I'm crying. If there's anything I'm really good at is learning how to cry for Dark Harvest on command. Just turns out if you think of like bad things, you end up crying. Don't recommend it. Me and Chris have both said this. We do not recommend tapping into that for acting because it's extremely emotionally taxing, and it could be, depending on what you're tapping into in your head that makes you cry, it may be very detrimental. So
Yeah.
I do not recommend the method acting when it comes to crying. Unfortunately, I have I take mood stabilizers, so I kind of have to do that. And I do a lot of self-care afterwards. But like, so I'm like, I remember like the first take we took, I'm like, I'm a lot more inconsolable than I was there. And after we shot it and we were resetting, like everyone like takes off their hood, and they're like, holy shit. Cause like they've never seen what I've done. Like, sometimes I feel like kind of like, I'm like, sometimes I feel like I'm the least creative person in the room when I'm with all these other more visual or auditory creators, where I'm like, I'm going to their shows, I'm going to their exhibitions. But like, it was a very like validating moment for me, where all my friends were like, that was fucking incredible. Like that hurt. Like I felt bad. And like my boyfriend's like I wanted to like just break the scene and just like check up on you and be like, are you okay? And I was like, that was, again, it was very validating. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. That feels really good. But yeah, again, I'm very fortunate for my community, and I'm very fortunate for my friends who did not think twice when they're like, there's dead bodies on the ground, I'll be one of them. Who fucking cares? I like Heather more.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
really cool to
I
hear
hope that
about.
wasn't a weird tangent.
It's okay.
You are absolutely fine, and we really appreciate yet again more of the insight, more of the Heather.
Mhm.
That's it's tremendous. Kind of hear some of the stuff. It really is.
Yeah.
I know for me, I was just taking a lot of it in. I didn't really know
Mhm.
how best to kind of
Yeah, no, that's fine.
react.
It just again, I would like to reiterate if you do have your own Sunniverse series, especially since like a lot of this is like not scripted, like you kind of it's a lot of retro scripting and a lot of improv. Method acting when you're emotional is very taxing. Please do self care and not just like a bubble bath and a candle. I mean, like genuine self care. If you are going to do it, again, I do not recommend it.
Yeah.
You know, there are some times where Chris and I have like been like, okay, we gotta like stop the scene and we need to recollect collect ourselves. This is like obvious. Like for example, when I was gagging from like the smell because there's like a ton of fucking bodies in the scene on the ground. It's because I don't know, I have this like weird thing where when I get upset I start to gag. So it was like a oh this works for the scene, but also
Yeah.
I'm like gagging, I'm about to like actually puke. so yeah. Just want to make a giant like asterisk right there.
I don't have the
It's
capabilities
gonna
of doing
get
such
worse
a thing,
from here.
but I was gonna get worse.
Buckle up, buckaroos.
Thumbs
Buckle
up.
up, bears.
Don't worry, guys. It gets worse.
In a good way. In a good way.
No, of course. Yeah, again, for those of you who clearly aren't aware, Dark Harvest is a work of fiction. Okay.
Yes. Oh my
everything
God,
everything that happens is not real. It is fabricated. It is fictional. It has been acted.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Heather is totally fine. So we're Chris
I'm
and
absolutely
Alex
fine.
because yet again they're fictional characters in this universe. Ain't real.
This is a work of fiction. What's the thing that we used to see at like the front of like movies? Like this is a work of fiction.
Oh yeah, or like a fabrication or a There's like a bunch of ways they do it. Yeah.
When you're on like when they do television shows, at least like very much in the United States, they like put the
we need the South Park notice. Yeah. The everything in the show is fictional.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking of.
That'd be perfect. That'd be so perfect. Don't worry, chat. We will get back to you. I'm sure some of you had questions and stuff. I don't mean to ignore you. I do not mean to ignore you. But as you can imagine, we have Heather, and you know, it's fun interacting with real people. It's really good. Anyway, sorry. Yes, we should get back to the main act. Let's go.
When I was sent back to the test site, I thought that was King von der Ritter. But what if that was Alex somehow? What if he was sending us a message? What was he saying? Fuck, what was he saying? The radio tower. The radio tower and the old lab buildings. Yes, that has to be it. It's the radio tower. Here, come on, follow me. I know where he is. I know where he is. Here, keep up.
I'm so tired.
Here, I got the break. Where is everyone? Where is everyone?
I have a bad feeling about this.
fuck did everyone go? This should be the place.
Very Lynchian.
There's a bit of Lynch there.
Electricity.
Heather, there's something wrong with the camera. Heather?
Heather?
Heather? Heather, where'd you go?
Uh-oh.
Ditched you, man. Just went home.
I'm done with this
She's
shit.
fucking dipped. Well, that's not Heather.
Who is that?
Nice shoes,
Lights
though.
on the shoes?
Yeah, right?
I was thinking the same thing the first time I saw that. I'm like, okay, Mr. Reflective Shoes.
Right?
At least it's easy to follow him. You know where he is.
Yeah. That's good for the camera.
He's back.
I'm sorry.
What was that position?
So first of all, you had the I don't know, intimidation pose, Slendy, with the weird kind of
The
Um,
neurodivergent seeing their friend at the end of the hallway pose.
in case it wasn't obvious, I'm a big person.
Yes.
but then you had the iconic part of the thumbnail where it's like, hey,
Caddis?
that's great.
Apparently someone's already drawing that, so
Oh,
that's
good.
very
Good.
exciting.
we would love to see that at the end of the stream, but you might not have it ready by then, which is fine. In which case, let us know when you are ready. In which case we'll
I think they're making it as a Discord emoji for one of their
Yeah.
Discords.
yeah. Well, I'll
See if they
definitely
share
share it with Heather in case we'll make sure it goes viral because
Yeah.
Slendy passing the blunt is too fucking funny. Sorry, let's get back to it. Ooh, good transition.
Oh man, I overslept and I missed the harvest.
Fuck.
Hey, wait a second.
Bro, I had to work a late shift. I didn't know. I had to go into the order today.
Oversleeping Jonestown.
Fuck. Where is everybody? Oh, hello.
That's what I imagine the Slime Man looks like without his clothes on.
Alex, is that you?
Oh, hey, Alex.
Oh my God, Alex, is that really you? Oh my God,
Alex, listen, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here. It's not safe. We need to leave.
Chris, it's okay.
We need to leave.
I have it all under control. You don't have to worry about anything.
What?
Let me try to explain, okay? Take a deep breath. Try. You don't have to panic, first off.
What do you mean? You don't know what just happened to me. Listen, I almost died.
I know how it can be perceived as such, but you need to trust me. Just, you're safe. You've escaped his influence for now. It's fine.
What do you mean? No, it's not fine. You don't know what just happened to me. You don't know what's out there.
You
Listen,
don't know,
we need to go.
I do. I know what happened. I'm taking care of it. We are not on Earth anymore.
What do you mean?
We're
Where
not on
are
Earth
we?
anymore. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're in the fourth world.
We're in the fourth world.
Yep. Called it.
No.
Called it.
No. What do you mean? Does that mean we're dead?
No, not quite. It's not the same.
What do you mean? I don't understand. We're here. We're at the Atlantic test site. Listen, I recognize everything. I know where we are. Heather is waiting for us. We need to go.
Chris, what you're seeing is a
Is she?
projection. Not actually here.
What the fuck? What?
Calm down.
Honest
Let me
reaction.
prove it to you,
Calm down.
okay?
Because that always
Take
works.
this conversation somewhere else. Somewhere more familiar. Calm down.
What the fuck?
I told you, you're fine.
This is impossible. What?
Better? I'll start from the beginning. Obviously, I was held captive by the Order. They took me and they kept dumping me at one location, and then I'd get bagged up, and then another location, and I just kept getting tumbled over and over until I didn't get where I was. And
He also got abducted.
after we got split up,
Family tradition.
I would go into these states for what seemed like minutes. It would be months. I would be in this state where I would just wake up and not remember how I got there, and it would be so much time had gone by, and I felt like I was like slipping. Like it's hard to explain, but it was like that thing, him,
Yeah.
was like vying for control over my mind, but I didn't want that to happen, so I fought and fought and fought.
Oh my God.
It was like waking up from a nightmare over and over again.
Alex,
You just-
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you. We had been looking everywhere for you.
I didn't know what day it was. There would be periods where I would just not even recognize myself when I would come out of these states. And while I was in these states, I would just have these images flash in my head of... There was one where I was watching someone from their window. And there was one where there was someone walking alone in the woods. And I'm just viewing from this tree line, like stalking prey. And I never knew these people, and I never knew where I was. After these time periods where I would just lose myself, I noticed that the Order was getting more restless. And I knew because the guard outside would keep asking, it seemed like every day, when's it happening? It's gonna happen soon.
Are you talking about the ritual? Listen,
movie.
Listen, Alex, last thing that I remember
Heather and I, we were at the Atlantic test site. We knew that the Order was going to perform this ritual, and we knew that they were trying to sacrifice you. We came to rescue you, Alex. We came here for you. We wanted to save you.
Chris.
You overslept, Chris.
You've overslept, Chris. It's too late now.
You're in school. You're in the Order in your underwear, Chris. Everyone's looking at you, Chris.
Why didn't you turn in the paper, Chris?
Do you mind if we pause really quick and I run to the bathroom?
Go for it.
Because I also have the bladder of an almond.
Yeah.
The size of an almond. Okay.
Well, mine's a squirrel, but yeah. Almonds don't have bladders. Just factually incorrect. Wrong button. So sorry. There we go. Yeah, weird. This is good so far. I feel like I'm kind of curious as to what their interpretation of the world is going to be, because Jordan and I have speculated, I'm sure, before in streams, but recently as well, about how the fourth world is like a dimension, like the fourth dimension. But again,
I think it was outside time.
Yeah. So it truly depends whether Alex is now, for some crazy reason, a fourth dimensional being, which is why he could traverse the space easily, but we only see it via Chris and his specific media, which is why it doesn't exactly look clear as to how we're doing these types of things. Which is a thing I'm experimenting with in my storytelling methods as well. Not that I want to spoil too much more about that, but I if that is the case, I like their idea of it. I like their approach. The fact that it's kind of hazy, not very obvious, but in a sense, like if you do kind of understand the theory behind how it maybe works, how it would be perceived in, not a great visual sense, because yet again, we can't comprehend certain things beyond our dimension of physical space anyway. But it's a whole different topic. Whole different topic of discussion. So,
yeah, I know that I have had speculation on it before. Admittedly, like it's been long enough now that I don't quite remember. I can reason it out from first principles, whatever it was that I must have speculated. But although all that aside, like the thing that I'm currently thinking is also hang on, got people in chat spamming.
It's just Blueberry. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's just Blueberry. But
awesome. Thank you.
No, don't worry about it. You're fine. We're speculating ideas and such, which again we'll probably talk to you about anyway, because we do have thoughts and interpretations. But I know Jordan still was having a thought.
Well, just from what Alex was describing, how he would be out in the woods. Initially, I assumed he was referring to that moment, the previous entry where. Okay, Nathan's gone. I've got to focus on what I'm talking about.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the one that can answer the questions. So.
Yeah.
Go.
Well, it's speculation. I don't necessarily want to answer it, but like the series.
I'll leave your speculations.
Because so Alex had described his experiences. He'd been appearing in places like looking into a window, and then he said he was looking at a tree line or looking at somebody. And like initially, my assumption was, oh, that's what happened in the previous entry. We saw Alex out in the woods, but then I kind of thought about it, like it doesn't quite describe that. Because for one thing, I think he would have recognized Chris, but he's saying like he didn't recognize these people. But so then what I realized is like it sounds like it's Slender Man-like behavior. This is kind of like he's seeing things from the perspective of Slender Man, but maybe more likely it's something to do with getting used to the fourth world, and that the Slender Man as a being in the fourth world would naturally like look at things in a certain way, and Alex is getting used to that world, so he's starting to look at things in the same way. And so, but to us, that looks a lot like just stalking people and standing in strange places. And like, I don't know exactly how the details of that would work out, but that's kind of like my brain is just kind of it's leading towards a convergence between Alex and the Slender Man, at least in terms of behavior, which I imagine if this video does go in that direction, then it's going to at least Alex would then become a foil for the Slender Man, and we would be able to use that in order to get more perspective on what the Slender Man is capable of and what the Slender Man's true nature is. We learned that through Alex's descriptions of the fourth world and the nature of. But anyway, that's where my brain's going with all this.
We'll see.
It's good speculation and similar speculation. I agree. I think the fact that it's quite clear Alex has been to the fourth world maybe more than once and not even fully realize it. But so and again, this is speculation, which I'm sure we'll talk about with Heather later on once we finish the finale. Our speculation idea is the fact that the fourth world, quote unquote, is an interpretation of the fourth dimension. But again, speculation based on my love of physics and everything of that kind of a nature. And so my current
about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course, and
because,
I do too, based on certain.
The fourth dimension
semantics.
isn't a place.
Well,
yeah,
it's
not a place.
It's and again that's a whole separate argument. But I don't disagree with you. I do have a take, but I don't disagree with you because again, it's a dimension. You're right. It's not exactly a place, but again, the idea that it's an all-encompassing. It's basically so. It's too much to speculate on. But my simplistic form of what I'm trying to say is that Alex has been there enough times and that he's probably maybe in a way connected via some kind of a hive mind logic or something with Slenderman or Garulotep, however you want to define the name. And so he's able to see through his eyes in certain circumstances, which is probably why whenever, in the tree line, I'm seeing certain houses, I'm seeing certain quote unquote victims or what have you. That's just, again, speculation, but I think we're roughly maybe on the same page, but as who knows?
You're onto something. I'll just leave it at that. You guys are onto something.
Who knows? By the end of it, maybe we're who fucking knows? And that's when discussions will truly open with Heather, and I think it's gonna be super exciting. Let's go.
Yeah.
20 minutes still.
I was here. This is where the building was.
Trust me, we're going to be quiet for a while after this. For
I
good
had
reason.
this bag over my
Stoked.
head, so I couldn't really see much, but I could hear certain things. And I heard Rainwood. And I know his voice, so I know it was him. He said, "Call in the vans." And he explicitly said, "Any member who shows hesitation should get shot on sight." And one of the guys took the bag off my head and made me watch all these people get out of these vans. And Rainwood would send them to specific spots of this park. And all these people had these black bags over their heads. They were rounding them up to specific spots, like pigs to the slaughter. And then he said, "Let us begin." And then I heard this scream from multiple people. And then silence. And from others, I hear distant screams and silence. And then I started adding up what was happening in my head. Why were they killing all these people? What they were doing was they were using this energy like pouring blood in the ocean to attract a shark. Because I realized shortly that we were at the site of the rift where it first opened. They were trying to reopen that same thing. They were hoping that it would somehow take them to the place that he came from. It worked. The fourth world is where that's where Mark was this whole time.
Mark McComber, you're saying?
Yes. He was traveling in between the fourth And the third, the only reason I know this is because the info it's just intuition at this point. I've been here so long, it just comes second nature. But I've realized it's because that thing, that monster, has a link to me. But a link is two ways. Right? So I thought to myself, well, if he has linked, I'm connected with him too. And that means I have just as much control as he does. Right? Makes sense.
Arguable semantics.
It's my mind. And here we are. I know what Mark was talking about when he said he felt disconnected with reality. When I had these trances, I would find myself in that place. I can't even describe it to you. I can't articulate it properly.
Alex?
Interesting.
Alex?
Cool.
Alex? Alex?
Yeah. Okay.
Alex, where did you go?
I think it's kind of obvious.
Not to everybody.
He's
I
still
have
vying for
thoughts.
control with the Slender Man. So I think Alex has lost control right now. The Slender Man.
The link goes two ways.
Mm.
Yeah.
Then in which case, Slenderman is probably within the area. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Speak of the devil.
Oh shit! Oh, hang on a sec. I've suddenly lost both my screens.
Oh no!
I know we're still live. I just don't know what's happened. We haven't lost
I'm sitting on the
power.
phone now.
Can you guys still see? Okay.
I can see. I can.
Okay.
It's on Discord. It's the videos on Discord.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you
On
can
phone,
you
I
can
can-
you can you see me? Okay. Because
I can see you.
okay. So let me explain my current random situation. Because and annoyingly, while I've been in the States, I've
they
had a
can't
variety.
see you.
They can't see me. Okay, so
They can only see you.
they can
Yeah, they
only
can only
see
see you.
me.
Not me or Heather.
That's
I've
really
got it on my
strange.
phone.
So let me explain what just happened here. And annoyingly, while I've been in the States this recent trip for a couple of months now, we've had a variety of technical issues, and I guess we've just had a new one show up. So the power blipped for a second, right? Like everything flashed, and that's what made me pause the video and everything. So I can
Slenderman.
so I
Yeah.
can see the YouTube video, right? I can see that on one screen. I can see my light. I can see my phone camera. Everything looks like it's on except for the screen that shows me the stream. That has nothing. It's like it's no power at all. I can hear you guys. I can't see you guys.
Oh, okay. I was gonna try to show you.
Okay.
Oh no.
Bear with. Let me. I can try to pull you. Okay.
The Dark Harvest finale is so immersive that when the Slenderman finally appears at the climax, it's called the power cut.
bear with. So
what
I've
a
got my
coincidence.
honestly, right? So I've got my OBS up. Hang on, let me. So if I pull you guys up, they should then be able to start seeing. Okay, so now you guys can see all that as well. So now we should be able to see all of you guys as well as the stream and me.
Yep.
Right? I'd like confirmation from chat as well while they're doing that. Ren says it worked. I figured as much.
Yeah, on my phone. On my phone, I can see all three of it now.
Did my second screen like just short out? Is that what happened in the blip? We've had maybe like 5 or 6 power outages here. We've had 5 or 6 power outages while I've been here. It's insane. But to be fair, they've been doing a big they've been doing a big re-expansion of literally the highway that is right next to us, because they're like, oh, we're gonna, and so for all I know, they fucked around again, and they've been taking down a lot of trees. Like there's a whole big fucking thing about it, and so I wouldn't be surprised if that has happened. So I don't know why
it was the Slender Man. There's only 2 options.
I suppose that's a possibility, Heather. Yes. I like to simply give it a more scientific and realist approach, but yes, it could be the Slender Man. I mean, it's entirely possible. I am curious as to what happened to the screen though, because this was an expensive screen, and I'd really like it to not be dead. Hang on, let me just run some technical troubleshooting. The good news is everything looks like it's fine. At least we could see everything again.
It's fine for me.
Okay, let me. I should be able to continue, but hopefully chat will let us know if there's a problem. I won't know until later because I can't see anything else. So,
hang on. On my phone, the stream has just changed. Now Nathan is the only one visible again.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I know what's happened. Yeah. Because we need you guys active somewhat in the background. Okay, so bear with. I'm going to go ahead and get this sorted.
And we're back on.
So, yeah, because I had to pull this back up. So I'm going to go ahead and fix this. If you guys want to talk to chat, that's cool. I should hopefully only be like 2 or 3 minutes. I think I know what the problem is, but without knowing the full situation of what's happened out there, I won't know. I got to check the circuit breaker and stuff, so bear with me while I troubleshoot this. Anyway, you guys have fun with chat while I fix this.
Okay. I might go have a second smoke break just because fuck it.
Oh, you're welcome to. This is a decent time to.
Just you and me again, chat.
Oh no! Well, I mean, I
chat.
am still here, Heather. I can hear you. I just, I might not see everything.
They can only see me.
Oh, I can switch to you if you want, because it's not going to be glorious what I'm doing.
It's Mooch in the morning now.
Mooch
in the morning.
There you go. That's a new segment. Mooch in the morning. We'll come up with a.
It sounds like a weather report.
Yeah, or good mythical morning. Yeah.
Or that, of course. Good Mooch morning.
So yeah, I'll still be here. I can still hear you and talk. I'll be kind of figuring out what the fuck's up with this. Hang on, let me check the circuit breaker real quick.
Also, I know someone mentioned this. I love Alex's acting in this as well. The thing that I really enjoy about Alex's acting is that like he's just very natural when it comes to it, whether he's like naturally funny, whether he is naturally just like, I don't know, the way his body language is fantastic. Like you can see he's like generally trying to reassure Chris, like it's fine. I know you're confused. Let me explain some things. But like also with the exception of when like Alex appears in the outside the tent that in the previous episode, not the like 2 ago or something like that. That was like the first time he's acted in like 6 years or something like that. So the thing that I find so incredible about Alex is that he was just able to kind of like pick it back up and like, he's, with the exception of course, Savannah, Jacob Rainwood's daughter, Alice, no one's we don't do acting on this. Oh, I guess Chris kind of does because Chris makes his movies. Regardless, so the fact that Alex is just like a regular guy and like picked it back up, I think is why Chris and Alex work so fantastically as like, protagonists together. I mean, even from the beginning, Alex is one of the funniest people I know just naturally. And I don't really have any more stories to share about this scene.
That is okay.
Until we play it through.
The good news is I've got it fixed.
In my opinion, I'd bring it back about 30 seconds to after Alex disappears.
Okay.
Just to kind of like feel the full weight of this scene because it's very, very cool.
We can.
And we'll wait for Jordan as well.
Of course. So here's the good news. Everything's working. There was a circuit trip.
Hey.
Everything's fine now. The fuck. But everything.
You love the United States weird ancient technology that we just refuse to update.
Honestly, the amount of stupid. You guys still have ancient fucking banking transfer services. It's the amount of stupid issues I've had while I've been here is staggering. It is absolutely staggering. I grew up mostly here, and I lived here for quite a while, and I didn't realize how bad it was until I, properly lived and worked in another country for quite a number of years, and I go, wow, okay, we had it bad.
Can I say probably the most American statement ever?
Do it.
So when I went to Europe last year, my sister got married in Finland. Technically, I went to Finland and I went to Estonia. So Estonia,
okay,
is for the most part like a very Helsinki and Estonia are very tech cities.
Absolutely.
And I knew, like, we were joking around, my sister, my boyfriend, everyone that went. We were joking around like, we're not going to want to go back to the United States after this. And my sister, the reason why she got married in Finland is because she had lived there for a period of time. I think like collectively, maybe about a year. Her boyfriend, when she was in high school, got caught smoking weed. And his family sent him to his family in Finland, as a, you got to straighten your life out, kid. So my sister would go visit him, whatever, but she fell in love with the place, and I absolutely understand why now. But when we went to Finland, and when we went to Tallinn, which is, Estonia, right on the Baltic.
Yeah.
I really did realize how backwards a lot of our infrastructure is. And it made me, frankly, very upset because I understand, like, I've lived in New Jersey, I lived in Texas, I've seen about half the country, which is awesome. Like, I understand practically why we're so behind. It's because, we are essentially, I'm sorry, Canadians, I'm not here to invalidate you, but we're a continent that is a country.
Right.
So New Jersey is the most densely populated state. So growing up, I was extremely naive. I have New York City, I have Philadelphia, I have Washington, D.C., I have Boston, I have Baltimore. So very dense cities. It wasn't until I moved to Texas, when I drove to Texas, when I lived there, when I was moving, I had never seen, at that point, I'd never seen the rest of the country. And I didn't realize how sparse the rest of the country is.
Mm-hmm.
So, I understand why our infrastructure is so poor is because, well, number one, we don't fund it. And number two, it's because, for me to say in New Jersey, like, why don't you just make, have everything be fiber optic? It's like, yeah, well, it's easy for me to say. The city I live in is like 8,000 people, and we're like a square mile. So compared to,
and even then, you got to get the fiber optic to you.
Yeah,
which is not a cheap thing to do either.
Yeah, and I live on the beach, and New Jersey has what we call sugar sand. So our soil is sandy. and a lot of parts of the country is. That's why this is such a New Jersey thing. This is why you can't get a train from New York City to Atlantic City, the big gambling capitals, because it just cannot. The infrastructure doesn't allow for that.
That's right.
So
it doesn't hold it. Yeah.
We're such a large, diverse, climate-wise, ecological. I don't know, fucking geographically.
Tell Elon Musk that. Cough,
geologically. Cough. Yeah. So I understand why, but when I went to fucking Finland and when I went to Tallinn and I even went to a city called Tampere, which is Western Finland. Cool fucking place. Amazing place. It's like
I've been to Tampere.
Oh, you did? Okay, awesome. All right. So you understand, ironically enough. So when I went out there, I'm just like, God, everything could be so much better. Everything could be so much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think the United States will ever genuinely be able to catch back up. I don't want to say ever, but talk to people in Appalachia.
I mean, you guys
talk to people in Alaska.
You guys will be behind for sure. You don't think the major cities would be, but even they are behind.
Dude, when I was in Austin, Texas, we were all jazzed up about fiber optic internet. I didn't realize it existed for a long time, and I didn't really know much about South Korea outside of I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. That's all I really knew about Korea at that time, ignorantly, of course. But it was their infrastructure for internet is extremely advanced. I'm like,
their infrastructure for a lot of things is quite good.
Yeah. I'm why do I feel like I'm living under a rock, and I don't know. I don't want too much. I don't want to talk shit about the United States too much. It's very easy. It's so easy, and I'm sure everyone can agree.
It's never a difficult thing. It's never a difficult thing. As people, I mean, Jordan and I grew up in the States for a good portion of our lives. I mean, it's not like we were
10 years or so.
Yeah,
for me it was 10 years.
For you, 10 years. For me, beyond that, because I went to university for music for a while. But cool. I didn't graduate. That's a whole separate can of worms.
But you still had the experience. So
as I love to tell people, as I went to a prestigious music college, and they're like, "Oh, how'd it go?" And I go, "I couldn't afford it. That's how it went."
Yeah.
You do what you do. You do what you do.
Finland is a fucking great country. That's all I can say.
I love Finland. It's when because I met a friend there on tvtropes.org, a good pen pal.
Hell yeah.
And she ended up being a very good friend. She helped. She drew a lot of art for the stories that I write for the Fear Mythos. She made some beautiful paintings as well that I still treasure to this day. I've got one of her pictures up on my wall as a poster, actually. But so I went over there to supervise some of that and help give feedback, and also I just got to see Finland for a while. And my first thought was, this just looks like Skyrim. This is Skyrim, but with modern technology and in the real world, and it's beautiful.
It's so funny what happens when you take care of your country. So funny that.
Very remote. That's for sure.
She lived in Tampere at the time, and she took me to the Moomin Museum, which was great. The Moomins was something that I grew up with as a little kid, but I forgot about it for 15 years.
Ages, right?
But as soon as I found out Finland adores the Moomins, an ancient memory was unlocked in my brain, and I was like, oh yeah, I love the Moomins.
Nope.
And now I have all the Moomin books.
She's going to get something. Hang on. What's she doing?
I have so much fucking Moomin shit. I got this at the
Hey.
I got this at the museum, and then I got that's
a little
the little Moomin family.
Nice.
The little Finland.
You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Oh.
Hell yeah. We're so off track.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, Jordan, you got yours. I'm ready. Go for it.
Oh, Moomin Papa.
Moomin Papa. And Ellie, who might still be in chat or might have gone to sleep, got me this for Valentine's Day.
Aww. That's so cute.
And I've also got a pair of Moomin branded scissors somewhere, which I still use. It's specifically based on Moon Papa at Sea, which is my favorite Moon book.
Mm.
Right.
It was
Anyway,
a good show as a
yeah,
kid. Good show as a
Oh,
kid.
that's the one where you see the guys who are like this, right?
I think that's
Where he gets
that's
lost.
that's Fin
Maybe.
Family Moomin Troll. Moomin Papa at Sea is when Moomin Papa takes the family to live at a lighthouse for quite
Oh.
spontaneously because he's having like a midlife crisis and he wants to
Yeah.
have adventure again, so he just
Mm.
forces a family to come with him, and
Yeah,
they live
yeah.
on an isolated island.
That's right.
It's
Mhm.
like the series gets very philosophical and kind of depressing as it goes on, which is one thing I love about it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's one of the best things about Moomins, right? It touches tough subjects, but it does its best to kind of talk about it, right? And it gives you good life lessons from it. And I think that's one of the best things about the Moomins, besides
Yeah.
being just fucking. I mean, come on. The Moomins is just hilariously cute and adorable anyway. But like,
Yeah.
It does a good job, and I think another nod has to be to a more recent Australian series, Bluey, which again touches on tough
Yeah.
subjects, teaches kids
That's
a lot of
really
good things,
thing.
but it also
Yeah.
teaches adult stuff. And I'm like, you know what? You gotta respect that. You gotta respect Bluey. It's good shit. And Moomin, I feel, is the same. It teaches good things, even if
Watched
they're tough to talk
a
about.
lot of Moomin before I went to Finland. My boyfriend was just coming along because it was a family thing, and then we started falling asleep watching Moomin. He's like, "I actually can't wait now. There's so much Moomin in it."
Moomins is great. I mean, like Jordan
Mm-hmm.
said, we had access to it as children in the UK. It was just a regular children's.
There was an anime
broadcasting
in the
program.
90s, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so we had
Japanese,
access to it,
yeah.
and it was fantastic to watch. And we were like, it's just nice. It feels good.
Just
it
so
teaches good stuff.
sweet.
Exactly. And
I
so
mean,
when he told me he
in
went to
the-
the museum, I was like, they have a fucking museum. I had no idea.
yeah.
That'd be
Moomin is
amazing.
huge. It's huge in Finland. It's
Yeah.
like Mickey
I mean,
Mouse
it's-
huge.
Wow.
It's their cultural export.
Yeah.
With the
It's also
exception
big in
of, like,
Japan.
Incredible. It is big in
Yeah.
Japan.
Japan also loves
It is big in
Moomins.
Japan, yeah.
Yeah.
But Japan
in,
are all
Hels-
about anything anime. They're like, we're just gonna push all of it, push all that shit.
In Helsinki airport, when we were leaving, you know, of course, like that was after I went to the Moomin Museum. They have like a giant store, just all Moomin related. It reminds me of like those old Disney stores.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I had a lot of time to kill because, you know, I usually fly out of Newark, so I get to airports like 3 hours early because I might miss my flight after 3 hours.
You never fucking
So I'm
know.
like yeah. So I'm in this airport and I'm just like, I could furnish my entire house with Moomin stuff, but I can't because number one, I can't afford it. Number
No.
two, I might need to chill out.
Because somebody visits and is like, what the fuck is going on here? It's like, you don't know Moomin, okay?
Actually, I had a Slenderverse friend who went to Finland a month ago, and they were sending me pictures of their stay in Finland. Is that the new Slenderverse in Finland? Because
is
it
Moomins?
very remote and very scary in Finland.
You know
I
what?
love it.
That'd be.
I would love to go again.
I would
it's a
totally watch
really
a
good place
Slenderverse
for it.
in Finland. That'd be so cool.
Mm.
What an idea!
My summer car, but with Finland in it.
What a fucking idea! Not that Jordan and I could do that, but you know, we it's cooking.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. The Slenderverse is a collaborative effort. That's the fun part.
Always.
I would love an excuse to go back to Finland.
You don't need an
You got
excuse to go
someone who
somewhere
knows.
cool.
I
just need
would love
money.
to see.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it properly? Tampere?
Tampere, yeah.
Tampere. I would love to go to Tampere before I die again, because it was so
Yeah.
fucking cool. It was
Me
such
too.
a cool city.
You can do that. You're not on your deathbed, Heather. What are you
I
talking
know.
about?
No, I'm just saying. It's like, but like, I like to put those goals out into the universe.
Do you need a vision
So-
board? Is that what you need?
It's more of a like, and it's not a vision board. It's more like, if I'm being 100% honest, I have ADHD, so if I say it instead of think it, I remember it better.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Whatever works for you at that point.
Yeah.
Understandable. I make notes. That's what works for me. Because if
We
I don't
do
write
need
it,
more European Slenderverse series. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
well, we're working on it. Okay. God,
you.
it's just, you know.
Like ours isn't
Come
going to
on,
be
get
Slenderman
I was in the
necessarily,
U.S. when we came up with the idea. Okay. God.
Listen, you're not in New Jersey, so that's a fault already.
Well, What are you talking? You know,
like
we're not gonna talk
apparently
about that.
Slenderman lives in New Jersey. He lives in New Jersey supposedly.
Maybe
I love
in
that
your
episode
series.
of The Sopranos.
Yeah, maybe in your series.
I just watched it yesterday. I just
You
watched
just watched Sopranos yesterday.
I love Sopranos.
No, I just watched the Pine Barrens episode.
Oh yeah, Pine Barrens is great.
Yeah. I'm about to go on another tangent and I'm stopping myself.
we'll go on.
So I recommend we go back in the series to when Alex disappears.
Yes.
So we can
got
really feel it.
Oh, I got you. I've been ready. Don't you even worry. And we can go on tangents when we're done. It's fine. And worst case, Heather, we bring you back on another time. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
I'm sure people will have no issue with that. Because if anything, you'll bring the audience. I'll bring the two people that watch us.
All right. Jordan will bring the booze.
I'll try.
He'll try. Anyway.
Alex, where did you go?
Always with the damn doors slamming closed.
Alex! Help! Somebody help! Fuck! Let me in!
I'm sorry. Is he shit himself? He's walking so very funny.
Eldritch God. Eldritch God.
Eldritch God has shat himself.
He doesn't walk normally. Again,
He
the
just hates stairs.
neurodivergent, like, see your friend.
I guess you're right. We've never seen Slender Man walk. Fair point.
What?
Very clever.
You're fine.
Alex, is
It's
that
just
real?
prank.
Yes. He keeps coming back.
It's just a prank, bro.
He just keeps wanting your energy. He wants everyone's energy. He just sees humans as cattle. I can't have you stay here any longer than you have. You literally don't belong here.
No, Alex, neither of us belong here. Listen, you need to come back with us. Heather is waiting for you. We're both waiting for you. We looked for you for so long.
You need to go back. You can't stay here, or he's just going to keep coming after you. But I can keep him here. Listen, the order is gone, okay? You don't have to worry about them anymore. They're trapped here. And that means the Sixth Enclave has literally no reason to go after you. You're safe. I don't have any reason to go back home. There's nothing for me there. But you guys have each other. You guys can live in peace. I hold just as much power as he does, so I'm not going to let anything happen to you guys. The main thing is I wanted to make sure that you guys are safe, and I know that now, so you guys can kind of live in peace.
Wait,
I've thought about this for a while, Chris. You need to promise me that you're going to move on with Heather. It's what your family would want, it's what I want, and you need to promise me that you will.
No, Alex.
I've thought about this for a while.
Alex, you're my brother. Listen.
You guys can. I have to stay here. You need to go. Promise me you will. Promise me you will.
Okay, I promise.
You need to get out of here now.
Years later.
Here, would you mind grabbing the camera? I'll lead the way.
Sure. Okay.
You know, I don't think I've been down this road for years. Like, at least a decade or more. Yeah, me and Alex, we walked this road so many times. I want to say like hundreds over the years. This was before me and Alex were able to drive, before we got our licenses. We would always, walk back and forth to get to each other's houses. We just have to cut through the woods here a little bit, but it's not far from there.
All right.
This looks exactly the way that I remember it.
It's gorgeous out here.
Yeah, well, at least this time of year it is.
Yeah. I'm sure that in the winter it's more treacherous than even right now.
Yeah, it's a little bleak in the winter.
Yeah, that's just New Jersey for you.
Jersey slander.
Food there?
Yep.
All right.
Oh yes, here's the spot. Ignore that on the left, right, it's a nice view.
Okay, I'll move the camera then.
Here, you know what, actually, I'll take it.
All right.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is nice.
Well, should we?
Yeah, how do these things start?
I don't know, I guess we should say a few words. Do you have the bracelet on you?
Yeah. I mean, I never take it off, so. Alex, I know that you're out there somewhere. I know that you're there for me. I know that you're my protector. And I miss you every single day. I miss your laugh. I miss the way that your face would crinkle when you would smile. I miss you kicking my ass at Smash Brothers. I miss how I always felt like I was safe when you were around. And I know I'm still safe because of you. But it doesn't make it any easier. But I'm gonna continue to live my life the way that you would want me to, and I know by getting rid of this, we'll both be free. I'm so grateful for you for that. I don't care if it's just this cheap ass bracelet, but it was a shackle keeping you with me, and I know I can't live my life like that anymore, and I will always love you. And I'm ready to take the next step. I'll take that.
You know, it's hard to believe that this is the only thing that's left of Alex. Sometimes I look back on all of those memories from before all of this happened, and I think, like, was that all just a dream? Was that, like, how could that be real? All those, like, happy memories, all those carefree memories that we had. Me and Alex growing up, we were like brothers, like, from the beginning. And, you know, sometimes I look back at everything that happened. All those horrible things. And I wonder, was that the dream? Was that just a horrible nightmare of a frightened teenage kid that he would never wake up from? But now, thanks to Alex, we finally have a chance at a normal life, at happiness. And for years, I never thought that was something that would be possible for us. you know, it's crazy. I always thought about this moment. I know we've been talking about this for a while. I thought that I would be in shambles. I thought I'd be a mess. I thought I would be crying and inconsolable. But I feel like I've shed all the tears I could a long time ago, and now isn't time for that. I think now is a new beginning. You know what? This is your bracelet. I think you should be the honors.
All right. I'm still slipping it on my wrist. I love you, Alex.
Here, let me put down the camera.
Tremendous.
Is it? Sorry. It was a good somber ending.
Yeah.
Somber
way
is
to
a
wrap
is
up
a
the
is
series.
a is a is a good word for it. I think somber is appropriate.
Oh, I've got to. Just got to throw this out there.
You've got thoughts. Go ahead. Hit me with it. I too have thoughts.
No, this isn't a serious criticism. This is more just me, like a reaction that I had a long time ago that's kind of still had relevance here. But let's cut to the chase. Alex was like my least favorite character from the beginning, so I feel very little. I feel very little from grief of him being gone. I'm actually, if anything, I'm realizing this. Like Chris and Heather didn't need to go there in the first place. It sounds like if they hadn't gotten involved with this harvest thing at the end, like Alex had it handled. Like I guess like if Alex had just sent them like a letter, like a psychic letter through the ether, then they're like, "Hey man, I got this."
A little psychic post-it note, yeah, that said, "Hey guys, don't worry, I'm controlling Slender Man too, so we're cool.
Look, I'm fighting them off, and don't worry about the cult. They're it's a good thing that they're coming
Most
to
of
the
them are
fourth world
dead
because they're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, most of them are dead. That's
So, like,
true. That's true.
Well, this was a very cool video. Like I love the production values were very good. The acting was great.
Yeah.
I do, and frankly, like I really like the whole idea of even if I don't care much about Alex specifically, I love the idea of a character, like especially like a main character being left behind there, or like, well, okay, I guess sacrificing himself, but also like,
Yep.
just like what happened. Yes, I like what happened. That's a really cool story idea, and this is a well executed video. Like I do think like the Slenderman looked a bit goofy with his actions, but that's not
Dark Harvest Slenderman. When have we never not been?
It's so true. So true.
Like but it's not Dark Harvest's fault because it's kind of a tried and true like Slenderism by now that like there's no way to make the Slenderman move on camera and look good.
Yeah, well, because it's against the whole concept of Slenderman.
Yep.
Yeah, but like I mean, like, I don't know. There probably
I-
are ways to do it, but
I think it's more just the fact that the idea of Slender Man in and of itself is he's, whether you want to define him as a key or not, arbitrarily, bizarrely huge, right? And so the thing is, you can't elegantly have somebody large in an obscure way move elegantly, but I do understand where you're coming from. I do understand where you're coming from. Whereas without the series, they're like, okay, you don't really see him quote unquote move, but he does like teleport around or something like that.
I want like, a bit more clarity. Like, this is not a problem unique to Dark Harvest, and so I don't think it's not a problem with Dark Harvest. I'm just giving my reactions.
Of course, yeah.
So there were, I guess, like key climactic scenes that involved the Slender Man moving, which is a little bit unfortunate because like the dramatic impact is kind of lost. Because whenever the Slender Man moves in any series, you can't have it happen without realizing this is just a guy in a suit. And like, you're gonna see the strings basically. But you guys still did it faithfully, and it still looks good within those constraints.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we had built like a rig for the second floor that made him, I think, about maybe 1.5 feet taller. And really, really cool backstory. So the person that we're well known for our fat Slender Man at the beginning, which is hilarious because I forgot who. I think it might have been Jesse who was underneath there, but he was so insistent on wearing his jacket, and Chris was like, "It's called Slender Man."
Yeah, not
like
Chunky Man.
0 degrees out. Yeah, and then of course, one of the scenes that we were very famous for was, Slender Man going over the door frame, but like, going off of what you said, it's like that's a little bit more static, so it's able to be a little bit more creepier.
Yeah.
And then we got like a lot of flack in the was it the Rainwood Estate, or I don't remember the name of it, but like when you see Slender Man in the elevator, like moving, like
oh yeah.
So like a lot of times, like it's very much been goofy like that when, and then going off of what Nate says, like the whole thing is that you see him in the background. It's a very subtle, barely ever shown monster, and it does kind of break the immersion because like also I'm a fan of like so many other Slenderverse series, so like I've got my tastes, but like whenever, like, so I'm not just like gloating about Dark Harvest. I mean, I really love, and I know this is persona non grata, but I love TT's Slender Man. Sometimes
Tribe
he
12.
makes it a little too goofy, but that's whatever.
Oh, Tribe 12. Okay.
That's Tribe 12.
Haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
So it's fine. Yeah.
Apparently,
it's
there's
fine.
controversy, so that's why I'm not going to see it. So
you're so fine. And looking back on it, it's just cheesy. Anyway, but the person who made it was very creative and went to school for animation and film and stuff, like whatever. I'm going off track, but like what I always interpreted the Dark Harvest one compared to the other ones is that, at the end of the day, it's like Goraleotep, an eldritch god. Yeah. Eldritch, whatever you want to call it. I've heard it both ways.
Not Eldritch.
Yeah,
Eldritch.
I know. I've been corrected either way.
Come on, Heather.
So
you gotta
know
this.
So it moves like I've always like interpreted our one to be like it moves unnaturally because it's unnatural to our world.
Absolutely.
But anyway, the person who ended up being our Slender Man is a fan of the series that we met back, or we were in the sphere of like 12, 13 years ago or something like that.
Right.
They remind us constantly that we're old because they started watching when they were 13 years old.
Damn.
And
were they still even this most recent Slenderman?
No, so they just happened to be our last, or actually I think they were 2 Slendermans, but they were our most recent Slenderman in that finale.
Okay.
But
Okay.
when we asked them, like, hey, you want to be in
Oh,
the episode? Do you want to be Slendy
gotcha.
again?
Gotcha.
They were
Gotcha.
like, absolutely. But like, they've been watching since they're 13 years old. And I'm like, oh my God, like, that's so fucking cool. And they even expressed, like, when we were done, like, this was such an amazing opportunity for me. Like, imagine watching something at 13 years old and then you're the big baddie in the finale. Like, they were expressing how, like, this is just so amazing and important to them. And sometimes, like, it wasn't until they explained that, like, I think they made like a post. I was like, oh yeah, that is really cool. It's like as if
It is.
like
It is very
any
cool.
sort of like fantasy anyone has of like if I started like when I first started watching, let's say like Red Letter Media, that's like my favorite YouTube channel, and then like one day I'm invited on it. That's fucking incredible. That's
Yeah.
so cool. But part of me was like, oh, that's so healing for you. That's so cool that, like, you know, you got to be this thing that you've been watching a long time. And like, we became friends, like, once they obviously were of age, like,
Right.
you know, once they turned like 19, we learned that they were also in Jersey. We're like, that's cool. But no, I don't know. That just always, like, so everyone's interpretation of Slender Man is fantastic because
Yeah.
it reflects what's inside of them. For example, like when we're like talking about Red Hat, how like it's like a slender woman, but like it's
Yeah.
you know the way that they like bounce off.
Well, it's
you
not
know,
even just a
gender
slender woman, right?
perception.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
gender perception. It's slender woman and also a slender man. Like, it's more than just
Yeah.
one version, which I think is a great
Yeah.
representation of the
What a
transgender
great-
struggle.
How did no one thought of that before?
Honestly,
I mean, I'm
right?
glad that Val did, but like that makes so much sense.
It's so
like what you
brilliantly
put
done.
onto it.
And as
Yeah.
Jordan and I also mentioned in our watching of the Red Hat, we found it's so interesting that the slender woman specifically has this siren song. It lures you in. She seems
Mhm.
very pleasant. Maybe she wants to kill you. We're not entirely sure. It's hard to say based on semantics, but with
Yeah.
typical siren mythology, they lure you in and then they kill you, drown you, whatever. Maybe that's what's going on. We're not exactly sure. But then there's
Well,
the
we'll
slender
find out, I'm
man
sure.
who's this like gatekeeper who's like, hey, you want to get there, but you can't because I'm in the fucking way. And it's this brilliant idea of like, hey, you want to be this person, but you're still this,
You're
right?
drawn to this.
It's
Yeah.
so
But
brilliantly
there's
thought out.
rules.
Yeah.
There's rules to it that are kind of being uncovered, and they're not. They're rules that you're not used to from a Slender series.
Mm.
It's always fun
But
to
it's-
get new rules.
Exactly, but it still kind of follows what works in the Slenderverse, especially with the fact that like Slender Man, quote unquote, is aggressive
It's
and
a gender
not
term, yeah.
exactly, and not super lovely and distortions and stuff. So that still applies. But then you have another version which still kind of does the distortions, but in a different kind of a way. And you're like, you know what, this still works for me in a canonical kind of a sense when it comes to a slender eldritch being, if you will.
Oh, the actor for Matt Sharkey is in the chat.
Oh, is it
Cool.
Space Shark?
Yeah.
Space Shark 1990, who says, let me put that on the screen. Hang on. I've got a feature chat thing somewhere. There
He
it is.
just said hi, Heather.
Hi, Heather. There we go. I got
There he
feature
is. There he is. He's still in the chat.
Yeah. Well, that's lovely.
That's so cool that some people were saying like how long they've been watching, you know, and I think it's so cool. It's like people who've gotten into it now versus people who got into it, you know, back in the day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all like walking out the door together. And I think that's what like I really enjoy about the way that Chris formulated this episode is like, not only is it like, it's definitely unique to the other ones because at the end of the day, like we got out alive.
Yeah.
And
Of course.
that's just like the surface level, but like
There's an
one
ending
thing-
to the madness that's been going on for a long time.
yeah.
Right? It's closure in a sense.
Exactly. Well, it's like it's a great it's like we've all gone through the grief. You know, it's about processing the grief. It's about the you know, moving on and you know, the comfort that does come from that. I mean, even Chris is like, how is this not a dream? Like, how the fuck did this actually happen? Like, it's absolute insanity.
Of course.
And when so I purposely, every time we have a video, I tell Chris I don't want to see it until everyone else does, because I want to go in with it, with the exception of this, but that's a different
Well,
situation.
understand.
So I go into it blind, like along with everyone else, and I'm just like, I'm always like surprised with the way that he puts everything together and he writes it. But like, again, I don't think that there was truly any other way for us to end this series, because it's about three friends who are trauma bonded. I mean, like, but we're all like together and we're siblings, and you know, I'm sure Jordan's very happy that the one that got put into purgatory was Alex.
Well,
I'm sure you're not complaining about that.
Okay. Well,
But, like,
that's another part of the discussion we'll have later. That's great.
yeah. Well, I mean, whatever someone's perception of purgatory is, you know, some people call it a 9 to 5. Other people call it.
Well, again, semantics.
Other
isn't
people
it?
call it the fourth world. Yeah, but like, I don't know. I think
Okay,
it was
interesting.
I think it's definitely very cool to just have like, we're so character driven, like the dynamics between the three of us. To break that up, I don't think would make sense. If that, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't make sense if like the driving factor was Chris, Heather, and Alex. And like, it's worked for other series, don't get me wrong, you know, the way that EMH ended, for example. I'm not going to say it because there's probably people who haven't watched
well, we currently have the ambassador of EMH with us, Ren, who is, by the way, the only reason EMH still I call them ambassador because it's a self-appointed title. But without Ren, Jordan and I would have not finished EMH.
I understand.
Ren is the reason we understand EMH to any extent.
I absolutely agree with you. I totally understand. Because I'm very close friends with all of them. I had to have them explain it to me too. And there's just nothing more embarrassing than being like, you're just hanging out with like everybody and be like, hey, what did that mean? Like, I felt so stupid.
No, don't feel stupid.
Asking Jeff, like, hey, so what did, like, I don't really understand the whole green feathers thing.
Do not feel embarrassed about misunderstanding EMH, because as Jordan and I have hashed it out with Ren countless times, even still recently, there's still so much that is stupid or convoluted or a plot hole or things that don't make sense. And the problem is, we won't get the answers from the actual creators. We have to go through Ren, because Ren and the wiki are the only things keeping it alive, which is the worst part of what keeps something alive, right? Okay, so I hate to bring this up. But when you create something, no matter what form, high production, low production, whatever, you need to make sure that for the future, people can still digest it, correct? No matter how it's portrayed. EMH does not. EMH doesn't have that. EMH does not have that.
Because
I agree.
The issue isn't the plot being convoluted. The issue is the format, the means for a viewer to watch it.
Exactly.
There's several YouTube channels with some of them deleted, and
then there's Tumblr posts, and there's Twitter, and there's so many things, and a lot of them aren't available anymore.
Some of them can be skipped. Some of them can be skipped, but you don't know. And but
there's no guide. There's nothing telling you how to do it.
Yeah. Like it is a very
at least with Dark Harvest and with Marble Hornets and a lot of these series, they're like, hey, here's the playlist. Go through this. You're gonna be fine. You know, and that's all. I mean, is there more that you can go into? For sure, but it's all still digestible, isn't it?
I got into Everyman Hybrid. Actually, I think like Everyman Hybrid, until Christmas, was my favorite for a while. So I got into Everyman Hybrid. I came into the Slenderverse in 2012 when like someone told me that I have fans, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, and that's how I got into the Slenderverse creators, whatever it may be. So I had gone in, and 2 years too late for the or at least how I felt for the habit trials. So I was like, okay, I'm friends with these people now. Let me watch their series. And like, I, not knowing the format, was very confused a lot of times because I'd watch a playlist, kind of going off of what the two of you have been saying, where like I'd go off a playlist and I'd be like, why am I watching at different channels? Again, I was a fucking noob, like noob with a capital N to all this stuff. I'd never seen an ARG before. I just was like, I'm here to support my friends. I guess that's kind of how my friends feel like now, but regardless. So like I didn't understand the ARG thing again until Alex Hera did the documentary and they laid out like how big the habit trials, like the habit made me do it was. I had no clue like about any of that because I kind of missed the boat, which is whatever. I agree with you guys. I do wish it was kind of like laid out a little bit better, but it's also like when someone tells you, okay, this is the order that you have to watch Evangelion in to have it peak. It's like a little bit differently than that. But like I would have liked it to be a lot more structured somewhere. And like again, I watched it in 2012. Started watching it in 2012. So I was a little bit late and yeah, there were still forums, but it wasn't know how to search that shit out. I didn't know. I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
But
like I think. Sorry.
That's no. It was just like that. I absolutely understand because I'm still confused to this day.
But I think there's a case to be made that like, and when Everyman Hybrid was ongoing, like the format makes perfect sense. It's a great way of engaging the audience. People who want to solve puzzles will also have a lot of fun finding videos and piecing together how it all, what order you should watch it in. But I think once the series ends, I think that will be a decent time for the creators to be like, hey, here's a definitive playlist checklist thing. Here's from the horse's mouth for future people who are starting from the beginning.
Exactly.
Because like once it's over, then like that experience is gone. Like
the immersion aspect doesn't need to be maintained or kept sacred.
Yeah,
I can absolutely see that.
Yeah, and again, not to say EMH is bad in any sense of the term.
I love EMH.
It's simply
it's very well made.
So Jordan and I both have very hot takes, and for good reasons, especially with Ren's blessing. We still think it's an incredible, well thought out experiment. It's so a lot of fucking fun. Exactly, it's unique. They went above and beyond trying all kinds of crazy shit. The only issue we both have is the fact that, like, okay, well, they themselves didn't give you a way to be like, hey, this is how you should digest what we created. And that's the issue, right? As a creator, like, I know Ian of myself with my own thing, and I'm sure Jordan with a variety of his own things, and Heather again with Dark Harvest and maybe other projects that she wants to mention. That's entirely up to her. You would tell people this is how you do it, right? You'd at least, even if it's really bare bones and basic, you would still be like, this is the intention. This is what I envisioned, whatever, right? You would tell people how to do it. There is none of that with the MH. And that's my biggest criticism of that series, is the fact that like they've shot themselves in the foot being with no future proofing. And that's such a fucking shame. Because it's we all agree, it's so well thought out. It's got great ideas. It's got so much ambition. It tried everything it could during its period of time. And it's just a shame that they didn't think, okay, well, let's tell people how we envision this to be, accessible.
Well, it is about accessibility. But like, because I think like the impact that we're getting at here, it is more tangible than I think the EMH creators maybe even realize. For like, to somebody who comes in after the EMH is all done, like completely done, and to go in and try to watch it, like
they're fucked without the wiki.
Like,
or without Ren. We used the wiki, and it wasn't perfect. We used the wiki, and it wasn't good.
The wiki was quite flawed.
And I hate that. I'm not going to blame the fans for that, because it's fan run. I don't blame them for that. It's not their fault they don't know how it's supposed to be done, because it's not their fucking job, right? Like,
but just a final point on this while I'm on this ramble is it the effect on the brand new audience is EMH becomes it's a you had to be there, man, kind
Yeah.
of series.
Yeah.
Where like
Yeah.
you're not gonna get it if you weren't there for it. You have to have somebody there to explain it for you. But like when EMH was ongoing, you didn't need somebody. Well, you did need people to explain it to you, but that's because you were also explaining
you
it
were
to
part
them.
of the experience.
You were
exactly.
engaging it, and if you like, it's not fair to the audience.
Yeah.
Basically, it's. But like I had a bit more perspective going in because I started to watch EMH back in like 2012. I had some experience with it, but I kind of fell off of it for a while. But then coming back into it, I was completely lost. So I don't know, but Dark Harvest doesn't have that problem.
No.
Dark Harvest has
No.
playlists, and also it's
Yeah.
one consistent series anyway.
But again, Dark Harvest also being the mysterious force that it is, it still has mystery. It still has intrigue. It still makes you ask questions and speculate with people. But what's important is all the canonical important information is accessible, right? Whereas with EMH, it's like, how do you find that? Unless you trust what everybody tells you on the internet. That's the thing, right? Unless you hear it from the horse's mouth itself, how do you know what's trustworthy? Especially, and I hate to bring this up in today's day and age, but the fact is, I mean, you know, people using AI searches and chat GPT and stuff, how do you know what is relevant, what is important, what is canonical, what is not? How do you know?
Yeah.
And so that's a big gripe for me. I'm like, look, yeah, you don't have to tell them all the answers. You don't need to do that. I think we all agree giving an air of mystery is fine. But at least give them
the content.
Yeah, just tell them the relevant resources they need maybe in order. It doesn't have to be a perfect order. Just anything that tells them, hey, this is the intention. This is what the creator believes is important. Go do that. That alone is enough. Literally, EMH could say, hey, these are all the videos and the Tumblr posts, and this is all the. And yes, is it going to take them a week to probably do it? Absolutely.
They were on Tumblr too.
Exactly my point. That's exactly my point, Heather. They're fucking everywhere. Yeah. How do you know what is canonical and what is not?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is related. I promise I have a point. It's a little bit related, but
no, go for it.
So in my town, like we have a group of people who run this like Survivor-esque like game show, like literally, I mean, like produced game show. And
interesting. Okay.
Someone I know that was participating in this, like, had a lot of free range, and they were like, "Hey, can I create an ARG related to this, Survivor-esque, game show?" Yeah. And the person who said yes had no idea what an ARG was. Yeah, sure, do whatever the fuck you want. He said it's a game. It's a game. And the person, worked very hard on it and had breadcrumbs, everything like that.
Yeah. And
finally this game show event like comes up, and it's like a 3-day event. Very immersive in our town. I remember being like, didn't that guy have an ARG running? And me and maybe like 3 other people knew what an ARG was. And like my friend was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." And I just remember thinking to myself, like, no one participated in the ARG because it wasn't structured. Like it wasn't structured in order for people to play. And I think that EMH suffers from a similar issue where it's like it's structured for everyone to play.
But so long as you know what you're doing.
Listen, Jeff's a House of Leaves fanboy. Everybody knows that, or everyone should know that.
Because
it's
not a secret.
They're so similar. But I remember Jeff had let me borrow his actual copy of House of Leaves at one point because he was like, "You got to read this fucking book. You got to read this fucking book."
I borrowed Jordan's. It's a great book.
Yeah. But I'm gonna embarrass myself a little bit here. I remember he gave it to me, and I tried reading it. And I'm like, "Fuck is this?" You guys, what the fuck is this? This is not a fucking book.
Did you not finish it?
Again, I have a hard time reading James Joyce, so
okay.
I held on to Jeff Colville's copy of House of Leaves for 3 months. I know Joyce. I'm stupid. I don't see all the themes.
Heather, you're not stupid.
I have a hard time.
Come on.
It's okay.
No, No,
They're
it's
difficult,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean you're stupid. Come on.
I know, but like I want to be able to read on more
I'm
than
the weirdo. I'm the weirdo. I have a
So-
whole shelf of James Joyce.
So
my life would change. But like,
Have
kind
you-
of going off it, I read that book like tried to read that book for 3 months, and then finally I just gave it back to him, and he's like, "Did you read it?" I said,
it's a
and even
hard
that
read
fucking
if
guy, the
yeah.
guy who created EMH didn't even give me a starting point for House of Leaves. And I'm just like, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot there.
It's a
so I
hard
understand
fucking
the
book,
criticisms.
but it's very cool.
It's a hard book. He gave me a Weenie Hut Jr. version of it called the Raw Shark Text, and it was a lot better. And it was
What,
made it a little bit
a
easier.
Cliff Notes version or a Spark Notes or something?
It was inspired by House of Leaves. It's called the Raw Shark Texts. It's pretty much
The Raw
like
Shark? I've never
same.
heard of that. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, definitely check it out. It's very cool. It's, as I said, Weenie Hut Jr. version of House of
Well,
Leaves.
look, it's
But,
in all
like, everyone
fairness,
just needs you need a little bit of help in the ARG. You can't just
Yeah.
assume everyone's an expert.
100% with you, and that's the core of the thing. And House of Leaves is a great example of that, with the fact that, like, if you're used to reading in any kind of a level, House of Leaves you might be ready for, but at the same time you might not be ready for, because whether it be difficult to read because of terminology, or with the fact that how their storytelling technique gets insane, like
Very
it's
maze-like. Yeah.
yeah, exactly Jordan's point. Very maze-like. It
Mhm.
becomes difficult, and after a point, you don't know, you get lost, and so that's the point,
Mhm.
right? So don't feel like you're dumb or stupid. It's meant to be convoluted and difficult, and as
Yeah.
I remember talking with Jordan, it's like 4 stories in one, perhaps even more. It's fucking insane. It's and
It is quite layered. Yeah.
I know for me, it took me quite a few reads to really understand what was which particular point of the story until it kind of clicked. But it took me a long
Mhm.
time to really grasp what it fucking was. And then I was amazed. But it was I almost gave it up too, if I'm completely honest with you.
I tried watching Twin Peaks. I didn't get it the first time. When I watched Twin Peaks the second
that's
time,
a whole
I
different
understood.
kettle of fish, though. Come
No,
on, Twin
but
Peaks
like,
makes
but
no
being
sense.
More in the sense of it, things being deeper than
Yeah.
you see
Yes,
at first, and
yes.
you also have to have the want to dig.
100%. Exactly. You
down.
have to have the
some
want
people
to
will sit
go
right
further.
here, and that could be fine. But like when you don't know that there's a hole to dig under, like going
Well,
off of Jordan's point, that
Yeah,
kind of
whether you like it or not.
I just want to give it like a humble brag. Like
Do it.
like House of Leaves was my gateway to more complex things. So like before I read House of Leaves, I didn't. I've told this story on stream multiple times, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But before I read House of Leaves, I didn't really read many books as a kid. Like I think the most impressive thing that I read was when I was like 14. I read the complete works of all the Sherlock Holmes stories, all 60 of them by Sir
Ooh,
Arthur Conan
cool.
Doyle. But like I didn't like reading books. I didn't like the physical experience. It was kind of boring and just kind
Wow.
of antsy. But
Fair. I
but then just-
understand it.
when I was like 18 or 20 or so. Oh, also when I was 19, I read War and Peace. That took me 9 months and it was boring as shit.
It's
But
so
I got
boring.
through it. But
What about Guns,
then
Germs,
what-
and Steel? What a fucking drag
no,
of a read.
I haven't touched that.
Don't fucking
then
touch
when I
it.
was-
It's so dry. It's so bad.
Then when I was like 20, I was still in the Slenderman circle, so I'd heard the name House of Leaves, and I was like, okay, sure, I'll check this out. And I read it in one sitting, 24 hours. It took me 24 hours because I was hooked. And then after that, I just started reading books all the time, constantly. Like I read 200 books in like 2 years, and I got into James Joyce, and I got, I like to think a lot smarter, but because it was like a personal stuff. Like I wanted to read more, I wanted to get smarter. But House of Leaves was my gateway drug. It was my on ramp to more complex things. But so like to that point, I still needed the on ramp. I needed something to help me
To
click.
engage you in the mystic of reading. Yeah.
And to figure out, like, okay, so when I'm reading something denser, this is what it feels like. This is what I'm looking for. There's certain aspects of experience. But the humble brag is that, like, it was House of Leaves for me. Like, it was already a pretty dense text.
Yeah. But when it clicks and when it suddenly is interesting, you just can't stop, and that's the beauty of reading, right? It's the same with a lot of
So,
media.
Mhm.
I completely agree.
So I know like what other people consider to be like an on ramp to House of Leaves is Pale Fire by Vladimir Nabokov,
As
which
Ren
is a
literally just brought up.
yeah.
I was
Oh, I didn't
just
see that.
researching a Nabokov book. I wanted to get into him. I've been into a lot of, Russian
Hmm.
shit.
So I know that like Ellie loves Lolita. I've heard great things about Lolita, although it's obviously going to be a very hard read with very upsetting subject matter. But Pale Fire isn't Lolita. Pale Fire is just like it's like House of Leaves, but from the '60s. So it's a lot less complex, but it was
Right.
complex for its time, and it is a very good book.
Yeah.
The first 100 pages is this completely fictional epic poem in 4 parts by this fictional character, and then the rest of the book, the actual bulk of the book, is like this commentary on each line of this poem, but the commentator is an unreliable narrator, and he's a character
Yeah.
who knows the poet,
Oh, that's
and
fun.
there's twists in the story with it.
Hmm.
You learn a lot about this poet's life and the way that he's seen by different people, but like it's House of Leaves is like that, but Pale Fire is a lot easier to get into, I think.
I'm looking it up right now
That
to
sounds
rent.
good. I'll probably read that. Nick also
good.
brings up Gun Germs and Steel from a Vsauce video. I read it because of a class assignment. I was taking for the Western audience. I was taking an AP World History course, and it was a mandatory reading during the summer before class even started. But I didn't know that because I only was eligible for the class a month before school started. So then they sent me an email telling me, "Oh, hey, you need to finish this book because within the first week you have to have an essay on it." And I go, "Oh, okay, that shouldn't be too hard." But then I picked it up from the local library at the time, and I realized Guns, Germs, and Steel is such a fucking slog of this. It's meant to be quote unquote historical with all kinds of like multiple people's interpretations of a variety of events about like just fucking stupid Mexican conquests and ancient fucking it is a hard read. It is a hard read, and if I'm honest with you, so when I got into class the first day, and I decided to talk to the teacher, and I go, why are we writing an essay on this? And he goes, we're not writing an essay. And I go, oh, well, that's what the email said. And he goes, no, that's a typo. We're writing a DBQ. And I go, well, I definitely don't know what a DBQ is. And so he goes, well, that's okay. So if you sit down, we'll talk about what a DBQ is, and we'll make sure you have one by the end of the week. And I go, well, clearly that's not meant to be a hard thing to do then. A DBQ is the most batshit thing because it is 3 different categorical things that are meant to connect to each other. And I just remember failing that class so hard because Guns, Germs, and Steel was such a fucking stupid read. And
I just googled what it is. That looks crazy.
I couldn't stand it, and for some reason it was brought up every single week, and I'm sitting here like, world history is so much more than this one fucking book.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah, I'm happy I failed.
Got philosophical with it.
You know what else is ridiculous? Do you want to know how much of the world we talked about in world history? 30%.
Oh my god.
So not enough, and I'm sitting here like, we're talking still about America and about Mexican conquests and also about Canadian influences and fucking French influence with them. We talked so little about I don't know, the rest of the fucking world in world history. And I literally told him, I was like, I'm gonna fail your class because we're not talking about the world. And he goes, well, we're talking about the world influences on America. And I go, that's not what world history is. So
I mean, we say it on the podcast all the time. Because Chris, Lee, and I have a podcast called Radio Free Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
Guess what it's about? But that's something that we talk about a lot, especially once we kind of got to like the 70s or something, when they were depicting it a little bit more. But like, we as Americans, this has nothing to do with Dark Harvest, but like we as Americans, I don't know what the fuck the Pacific Theater was about outside of they bombed us.
I mean, it's
really
a little more
genuinely, to this
complicated, but
day,
that did
still
happen.
don't exactly. But that's the thing. It's like we boiled it down to like they just
They
wanted to
bombed
fuck
us,
with
so
us.
we fought them.
Yeah,
Technically,
exactly.
it's
Literally,
definitely a lot more
that's it.
complicated, but yeah, that is a big part of the
Yeah.
Pacific Theater is that they bombed us, so we fought them. That is half of the Pacific Theater. It's very
Yeah.
true.
Understandably so. We learn a lot about the European theater when it comes to, World War II. I don't know
okay.
anything about
World
how
War II,
Japanese is
right.
part. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like I have no understanding of what the Japanese had to do with it, and I was like, oh,
They were an Axis power during.
yeah, I didn't realize
They
until I was
were
like 30 years
very,
old. I'm like,
very
oh yeah, I
evil.
have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are they? But
For a variety of reasons, but mainly because they didn't like America. That was a big part of it. For a
Yeah.
number of reasons.
It-
I mean,
it-
you
it's
guys
very-
did kill them a lot. Like I'm just saying, that it's a big part of their
whatever.
history.
Like it's a very uncomfortable but weird fact that it's a good thing America nuked Japan in World War II, but not
Ooh.
for the reasons that
Hot
America
take.
We
was
don't know
trying
why.
to do.
Hot take.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay.
look,
Look,
I'll
for testing
I'll
a
clarify.
bomb, fine, but maybe not nuking a live country. That's a bit.
I mean, I'll clarify. Like, it's not a good thing that like millions of or thousands of innocent people died.
Yes.
But it's a good thing Japan lost the war, and America played
Yeah.
an instrumental part
we
in
don't-
that.
I
We're
don't
not
think
taught
Japan were
that,
going to
though.
win the war with or without the bombs, to be fair. They weren't exactly outclassing America in population. In technology, maybe, but not in population. They weren't going to.
It's just like
This is such
I
an
don't-
interesting turn that this has gone to Japanese involvement in World War II while we're talking about our Slenderman series.
We can
I
talk
just
all
would like to make that acknowledged.
tonight
So
on
This is-
the
track.
on the
finale
Nate
of
at Night.
DarkHarvest00, the Japanese involvement in World War II.
I mean, actually, if we really want to be technical about it, the whole, the Atlantic Test Site and how the Atlantic Test Site played into World War II, and who else was in World War II? Japan. It's like the 7 degrees or 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. We're like, how many degrees away from Japan's involvement in World War II are we?
I
Have you ever heard
suppose,
of
but
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
I mean, maybe not of Kevin
Heard of
Bacon, but
I've heard of the Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, well, the 6 degrees game. Like
Yeah.
you're always like 6
degrees of
degrees.
separation.
separation. Yes. I
Yeah,
didn't with Kevin
I've
Bacon.
always known it as the six degrees of Kevin Bacon because
Oh,
how I learned it was that everyone was like, you're at least 6 degrees away from Kevin Bacon.
yeah,
So,
or
that person
poverty
specifically.
or death. Or,
Well, I know
you're
it's just
6
more of,
degrees
like,
from anything. Truly,
I could play the game of what's my 6 degrees away from, let's say, Donald Trump. Technically it's 3.
Trump.
I was friends with somebody who was on Governor Murphy's
That's not a good take to
cabinet.
have, Heather.
Governor Murphy met. No, I'm just saying, like, we're always going to make these connections, and they're a lot closer than you think.
Well, I might be closer simply because I disagree with the person, but that doesn't mean I'm connected to them.
I'm not saying. Oh, listen, you should listen to the podcast. We talk a lot of
You know what? I might have
leftist
to.
rhetoric.
I might have to.
Should.
I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued by that. No doubt about it.
Mhm.
Granted, I have to be very careful with the terminology I decide to say because I am a guest in your country and I love this place. And I have to be very careful. There are numerous issues that I could talk about, but I won't
Someone
while
wrote
I'm
a
here.
paper.
He doesn't want to be deported. Yeah.
And that's a.
Someone-
I don't want to be contained because
Yeah.
of my opinions of a country. Yes, the land
I'll
of free
talk about it myself.
speech. Well, you're welcome to. I'm not going to stop you. I wish I could, and probably when I'm back, I might have a lot of hot takes. But I have to also cover my ass because I can be detained and never seen again.
Okay. Well, we could just read chat messages.
We could do that. A big reason why I don't go heavy political on this. because I have a lot of hot takes, but you know,
Yeah.
I have to also go home. So
Yep.
if I was
Next
told I
week.
was going home, that'd be fine, but that's not the case. As I learned of a person going home to Ireland who didn't go home to Ireland. But anyway, we're not talking about that. You're right. Chat has a lot of things to say as well. Actually, you know, I actually have some questions if we're going to go back to Dark Harvest, because I want to try to bring us back to a relevancy of what we're talking about. So Heather,
Mm-hmm.
Heather. Now,
That's me.
I'm sure, and I recall to an extent what you might have said earlier this specific stream, but I want to at least clarify for myself and for the chat and, you know, whatever. So, you as a character in Dark Harvest get introduced in log entry number 20 as Heather McComber at the yard sale.
Yeah.
So, my question is this, and I know you mentioned it briefly.
I know where we're going.
I know you mentioned it briefly, but I'd like a little bit more context and information here. Were you part of the project from the start, or did you join them later on?
Like Dark Harvest itself?
Yes, Dark Harvest.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, even if anybody had to pop in, I'm free to repeat it. But so like a lot of people know, I've known Chris since I was, you know, in elementary school. I met Alex once he moved to, you know, our town when we were, I don't know, in 5th grade or something. That's so like I've grown up with these people.
Yeah.
So we've all been very close friends. You know, of course, we've got Matt Sharkey in the chat. He's also a very close friend from, you know, from childhood. So we all kind of like went through it together. So yeah. So in the early days, they would just be like shooting something and be like, "Hey, you want to just like hang out?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, sure." I had no idea what they were doing. They were just like, we're recording something for YouTube. But then again, in 2010, 2011, saying I'm shooting something for YouTube meant fucking nothing. It was like, oh, you guys put videos on YouTube? How embarrassing. Like, that's literally how it felt sometimes.
That's half my job.
Yeah. So, like, you know, in 2010, 2011, it was, like, embarrassing, like, to be, like, to upload stuff to YouTube. It's like, oh, you're that's going to last forever. Whoa. But, so, I would just, like, kind of watch them film, or I just kind of participate in the background in the early stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then once, like, I was maybe in the crowd, or I was at least watching, you know, a lot of the stuff from season 1. So when season 2 started up and, you know, Chris needed somebody that was like a girl, well, we used Kate for the background in this. We used Mel in this shot.
So you needed somebody different.
Yeah, so we needed somebody different, and that just happened to be me, and I'm so thankful for that beautiful, you know, coincidence. Obviously. So like I was like, oh sweet, this is my turn to be on camera, but like I never fucking acted before. Unfortunately, I'm a perfectionist. I tried out for the play in middle school once, and then I didn't get in, and I was like, fuck it, I'm never trying that again. So like I hate watching the first few videos I was in because my acting's so clunky because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm just like, what's with the but like, no, but that's also like, it's become like a fun trope of like, what's with the camera? You know, like every time someone joins into a series and you recognize that they have a camera in your face, again, a weird thing for 2010, 2011 for someone to fucking take a camera and just be like, put it in your face.
I think it's
gonna be a lot more
thing.
obvious. It's still a weird thing, but like no one did that. So like, you know, you've got a camera in your face and you're just like, hi, I'm here about your box, and I'm just kind of like, what's the camera? I didn't know how to act. Like it's a, you know, something that you get into. So yeah, I hate watching those, but it was really cool. Like when I did end up joining, technically was, you know, the video where he's at the yard sale. As far as the first episode I'd ever been in, you know, on the outskirts.
Yep.
I think was Fat Slender Man. I think I was there for Fat Slender Man. Or
that was when you quote unquote officially joined, you would say?
I Yes, I mean, that's what I would say. I
Okay.
mean,
But you
when
you were around for even the earlier season.
yes, so yeah, I was around in the
You
first season.
just
I
you
could
just,
have
you just
sworn
weren't
I was there.
you just weren't like a writer or a creative part of the
Yeah,
process, I guess.
I was just hanging out with my friends. I
Right.
think
Oh, I get
yeah.
that.
So
I
like
get that.
so as far as like me being involved with the creative process for a very long time, I had always like I never wanted to take anything away from Chris. So like
Yeah.
anytime people would call me a creator, I'd correct them and be like, I'm an actor. Because Chris is the one who created the series. Chris is the creative one who created the plot and everything else like that. So I would always like correct them and I would take like no credit as being the creator. Because that was not reserved for me. Or at least that's how I perceived it. That was not reserved for me. I did not write this. But as I became more involved and I became a lot more natural in like acting, or I actually understand what's going on, because also when you're given bits and pieces, you know, because you're in this video and then 2 episodes later you're in there again, and I had never watched a series, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But once I started to understand what I was talking about, because in the video, either it's being explained to me or there's like the black book and then there's the brown book and stuff like that. And I started actually researching. It made it a lot more easier for me and him to feed off of each other. So like maybe like I would say something like, hey, that's not how you say have Macomber. That doesn't make sense. It would be Macomer.
Yeah.
You know, like technically. Or at least that's how I always perceived it. So Chris is like, well, we've been calling it Macomber. I was like, but that doesn't, I don't know.
You can still
Whatever.
correct it. It don't matter.
Yeah, I was like, I'm Irish. I would know.
It would be Macomer. You're right. You're right.
Macomber. So like that was something. And then a little bit later, I'd be like, I think I should be doing this. I was like, oh, I'm a part of it now. Like I'm part of like the creative team. So like I still kind of like pushed back a little bit, but I was like, oh, it's cool to see my part and my passion and my input in the story too. And I was like, this feels like it's my baby too. It's like a little bit of my DNA in there. So yeah, no, but like,
So put it like
it's
that.
such an interesting
Yeah.
journey. It's such an interesting journey. Maybe not to everyone else,
Yeah.
but like to me.
No, it's 100%
I'm a
interesting.
romantic, so.
I think it's 100% interesting, especially with whether it's your original creation or your, you know, input into somebody else's creation. The fact is, you not only had an impact on one specific name, but you then became such a part of the story, so much so that you're in the fucking finale. I mean, Heather, if you're asking me, you became part of the lore and the crux of what makes Dark Harvest Dark Harvest.
Yep.
Yeah.
To make a comparison, like you're the Tim of Dark Harvest, or like Tim and Marble
Yeah, that's
Hornets.
a really good way of putting it. No, you're absolutely right.
That
do
is
feel
so
like
beautiful.
The Tim.
You are like the Tim because you were
I'm gonna
part of the
message him that.
problem. You were part of the inside, and you were part of the solution. Oh my fucking god, he's exactly
And
right.
I would like to say a spoiler. Can I spoil Marble Hornets?
It's the classic.
Tim lives at-
We've literally
Tim lives
finished
at the
Marble
end.
Hornets and Rosswood.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And Tim lives at the end, so
Oh,
Those are the
yeah.
end, that's right.
He also saves what Jessica, is that her name?
I don't know. I
Yes,
fucking hate her
yes.
character.
He also
Jessica.
saves Jessica
Right,
by
Jessica.
telling her what she needs to do to kind of live with the issues and stuff. Exactly. So like, yeah,
Jessica's my Alex to Jordan.
you're kinda.
She was hardly in
Jessica
it, so I can
drives me nuts.
understand that.
Oh my god.
I know.
What a
Whatever.
weird connection. That's incredible. What a wow.
I'm messaging him that later.
You should absolutely
Yeah,
tell him that.
Yeah,
And
Marble
if he
Hornets
doesn't
is
understand
my
why,
obsession.
you can link him here. And you
Well,
and you know what, Tim, if you're watching this later on, we'd love to have you on. I think you're great.
that would be cool.
And you know what? If you really want Heather to be here as well, we can probably make it happen. Let's have it. Let's have 4 people chat. Let's do it.
Figure it out. Let's figure it out.
Well, we'll do it. We'll figure out a time. We'll do it.
Mhm.
We can pick a weekend. I can do a weekend.
We can watch Birdemic 2 with
Oh
Heather.
no, I do. Birdemic 1 was
no,
bad.
I want to watch a second one.
Birdemic
The
was
second one is
it was so.
insufferable.
It's even worse than the first one.
No, the
Oh,
second one. No, the second one's insufferable. The first one is.
the first one's pretty. It's
a
entertaining, but it's
nice
still
term.
bad.
Endearing.
But the second one, he was trying to
Endearing.
make it bad, which makes it
Yeah,
really
he
lame.
had the Tommy Wiseau effect.
Oh no, but
No one could
you
beat
can't
my
say
boy
that.
Neil Breen.
You can't say
nobody
that.
can beat my boy Neil Breen.
You can't.
know
You
that.
can't. First of all, I haven't seen Fateful Findings. Okay, it's on my list. It's on my list.
Oh,
Chad has told me it's on my list in my Discord. We're gonna watch it. I haven't seen it.
I own
okay?
it. I own it. And that's like I literally, I don't know what it is. So like I get into tics where I have to say something over and over again just to, I don't know, fucking emotional regulation.
Do what you gotta do.
I spent a whole day, I'm sure I sounded insane, but I spent like a whole day where my tics were quotes from Fateful Findings.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I just like, I was like washing my shower saying, I resigned today as president of the bank. Just like little things like that. That movie, you need to watch it.
Heather, look.
Like,
so
soon.
what
Sorry,
you're
it's
telling?
like one of my favorite movies.
What you're telling me is you're gonna be in for the showing. That's great.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
100%.
It's on the
I
list.
watched it last
we'll do
week.
it.
I'll watch it again today.
Well, we're not gonna watch it today.
Nathan, I still want you.
I know. No, I know.
Nathan, I still want you to watch Late Mungo at some point.
Well, we're
Oh boy.
okay.
That
So
one won me over.
movie.
So
That one won me
here's
over.
here's the thing, right? So it's December. So the
Mhm.
movie we're gonna watch this month is Krampus because it's been requested because it's Christmassy and also very bad,
Okay, that's
which
fair.
is fine. So we'll do that. But I'll tell you what, in January, let's do both Lake Mungo and Fateful Findings. I'll link up with both of you. We'll have a great time. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a great time.
Because December I'm gonna be job hunting. I'm gonna try to sort out stuff. But hopefully in January, on the weekends especially, we can easily sort out stuff for sure.
My birthday's in January.
It
I don't know
is.
anything about that.
Happy
Well,
almost
yes,
birthday.
we can watch it. What, is your birthday on a Saturday or a Friday?
I actually have no idea. I should look that up.
Your birthday is on a Friday. We can do that on a Friday. We can maybe not on YouTube because I don't know if we can watch Lake
We'll
Mungo
find something
on-
to do.
Well, we might be able to.
No, we don't have to watch
I
Lake
don't
Mungo
think
on
you
my
can
birthday.
watch
I'm just
Lake
asking.
Mungo.
I'm
Yeah,
just asking if
probably
we can
not.
like do something for my birthday.
We could do something for your birthday, of course.
Cool.
I
That
don't
sounds like
mind.
fun.
We're just casually chatting at this point. So what the hell?
Well,
May as well
yeah,
ask.
but that's half of the fun, right? And that's the thing I'm floating to my audience. Technically speaking, tomorrow when a post is about like I've thought about hosting a show where I literally just talk to people about stuff because people have stuff to talk about, right? So fuck it. Why not?
A chat has a question for Heather. A good question regarding
what's
Dark
question?
Harvest.
Which which one?
Like Ren's asking, "Hey Heather, what was the long-term aftermath of the ceremony video?" But that's in response to a longer conversation with Space Shark.
The long-term aftermath of the ceremony video.
Wait, what do you mean which ceremony video?
I presume the one where everybody's chanting in the dark room. I think, or it could be the one with the beheading. But
Yeah, it depends
really
on.
understand
So
the
Ren, if you
question.
give us a slight bit more context, we'll definitely answer your question.
Kin
Excuse
Von
me.
Ritter video at the day camp.
Kin Von Ritter video
About
of
the
the day.
long-term aftermath. Oh, you mean like what happened after we filmed? Okay,
Sure,
I think that's what they're talking about.
go for it.
Or I don't know. I don't really understand the question too much.
It's okay.
but yeah.
I'll help you if more context comes.
So like are they talking about how like we started an urban legend in our town because we destroyed that building?
Might be.
Allegedly.
Whoa!
That sounds like a good anecdote.
First of all, yeah, you need to tell us about that.
Okay, it was in the documentary, but so essentially, so this is all alleged. This is maybe a work of fiction. So we had gone into this building that was abandoned, and we decorated it for the
the
for
quote
that
unquote
video,
day camp,
yeah, the day camp.
right?
A lot of
Allegedly.
melted wax, and maybe allegedly there might have been spray paint. On
But
the
again,
walls
allegedly, they
of
found
Cinnamon.
it like that.
Alleged. They found it that way. So I mean, I don't even think there's a statute of limitations. The building has been bulldozed and the lot has
Oh
been
yeah, if it's gone,
sold.
it's gone.
Yeah, but pretty much we graffitied that building, and nobody really knew what Slenderman was at the time. So people went into that building and saw all the wax, and it looked like a ritual, and it looked like that there was spray paint of some sort of monster on the wall. So it turned into this kind of like satanic panic situation where the
Right.
building became infamous, like and it's like an urban legend in the town of that people were like sacrificing people in that building. And I didn't know about this at all. Because it kind of like, urban legends, it's told over and over and over and over again until finally it becomes a big thing. But somebody's like younger sibling had said like, oh, you mean about that, like that building that's haunted? And I was like, what are you talking about? And she explained the inside of that building, as everyone has seen in that video, and like how it was like, again, satanic panic, that they thought there were actual rituals being performed there. And I was like, holy fuck, that was us. That was whoa. I mean, I didn't say it, but I'm just like, can't remember thinking to myself like, oh. We created an urban legend.
How dare you bring more bad mouthery to Dungeons and Dragons and the death of Eddie Munson? How dare. Not everybody gets that. That's fine. Anyway.
So that is a crazy story.
That is a crazy story. I think that's
yeah. It's Ed's story. I don't know if it's what they were asking.
I think it is, because Space Shark says exactly Heather. So
yeah,
that's what they were asking.
They also say it's one of my favorite stories. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, again, the whole thing about being a Slenderverse series is how often do you interact with the police and somehow keep getting away with it. It was a badge of honor back in the day if you had the cops called on you when you were filming, because that meant that you were legit enough to convince people to call 911.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 999.
You can say
right. It's 999.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
but you could say
I've never had to call it.
You could say 911. It's fine. We understand. We have a Western
I
audience.
know. I'm messing with you guys.
You're not doing a very good job, but it's fine.
Yeah, I'll figgle it out.
Oh God! So I've recently learned my chat log only goes back so far. I'll have to pull it up a different way. So I will do that. Sorry, Jordan, you were saying.
Nick wants to ask something that I had wanted to ask last time we had you in the chat. That's Heather. Can you explain how you did how Chris did the time travel flashback scene in the third to last video? Because I had mentioned both David and I loved the effect of that, and
I think I saw a clip of you guys talking about that.
So I know, like you were in the stream for that video.
Clips?
We asked you.
Okay.
People be clipping. They don't tell me.
I don't know. I feel like I watched that.
Yeah,
but,
we did ask you on stream. You were in chat.
Oh, there's a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, from what Chris told me, he said that he had a lot of like scrapped footage from back in the day, when they were still in like the middle of the first season, and he had like, I guess, stashed away, not really thinking anything of it. And while he was going through some stuff, he found either like the old hard drive, the old SD card with that footage, and he was like, oh, that would be perfect. So it honestly, again, like as to like watching it beforehand. So I was jump scared seeing that footage of, Chris being teleported by Mark McComber into the fourth world to see like Chris, Alex, and Jesse and stuff like that. That was fucking weird.
It was really well done. Like
yeah,
clearly, like I can only presume he must have had like some footage of somebody holding the camera looking at them from far away, because it
Yeah.
showed it's supposed like Chris walked up to his past self, and, and that
It it
it's
was
really well
done
done.
so well. No, it was really cool. I guess I think Greg was holding the camera, or it was like
Hmm.
supposed to be Greg holding that camera. Um but like I'm really glad that they ended up finding that because that was really cool, really seamless. And then just obviously like Chris like spoke over what Greg would have said. God, I feel so weird
Yeah,
saying that. But yeah, no, it was done really well. I think I was dating Jesse when um like when they filmed that footage too. So it was like very freaky to see that, like, ugh, I've never seen that footage before. Um no, Chris is so fucking good with that. No, I mean like I
yeah, he
can't
is.
imagine how he found that. It must have been like deep in the archives.
Yes, that is like one of the most creative applications I've seen of like old vintage footage.
Mhm.
It
Except
was really good.
for Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, which comes out next year.
Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Nirvana, the band? It's like a Canadian TV show. Oh my god,
No,
Oh, an actual
it's like
Canadian
up
TV
there
show?
with.
No.
we've
Mhm.
heard of the band.
Yeah, we heard of the band
Yeah.
with Kurt
Well,
Cobain.
it's like it's a great TV show. It was like on Vice. It's like these two guys and they play in a band and their entire goal is to like work in the Rivoli, but it's like a candid camera sort of situation where like they're interacting with strangers and that helps drive the plot around.
Hmm.
But it's really fucking good. I highly recommend anyone who's into like a really unique comedy style to check it out.
So like Spinal
Because they
Tap.
have a movie that kind of. Yeah.
At least comedy
So
wise.
it's
Yeah.
similar,
Mockumentary.
yeah,
Yeah.
comedy wise, but like imagine like they have a central plot line, but they keep talking to people, and you can't script a random person that you're coming up to on the street.
Right.
But like not in a disrespectful way. That's one thing I would
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to say. It's not disrespectful like like a blogger or some influencer. It's not a it,
Yeah,
they
It's
handle
it's
it really
well thought
well.
out.
No
Yeah.
one's ever the joke. It's just they like you interact with someone and be like, have you found Jesus? And then like in the plot they roll with it and they change the way they write it. Anyway,
Right.
that does sound
there's
interesting.
yeah, but I don't even remember what I was trying. Oh, a very creative use of using old archival footage. They found archival footage when they first started the show when they were like 20 years old, and they played it into the movie that they're releasing. I guarantee
Nice.
you, next year, it's gonna be one of the top comedies. I saw a sneak preview of it. It's like a 5 out of 5 movie. It's
Nice.
most unique,
good.
creative
Yeah, so
comedy.
good.
I'm
good
sorry,
time.
I'm rambling.
You
Okay.
are absolutely fine. I mean, the important thing is we've hit the end of the finale anyway, so we can ramble. You can do
Mhm.
whatever you want. It's fine.
Yeah.
And yet again, worst case, we bring you on for future things anyway because
Yeah.
you're a fun person
this
to
is
talk
fun.
to. So it's absolutely fun. Which I don't
But I
mind.
have to bring up that
Hmm.
it's 2:30. It's not that I'm going to sleep, and more like I need to get food and just kind of unwind. I
Mhm.
usually put like I usually quit before Nathan does. Well, sometimes I do, but so I might dip out. But
It's fun.
it's been
Yeah.
great.
I have
Great
some
to be here.
DoorDash on the way anyway.
It's been great to be here.
Yeah.
Everybody in
Yeah.
chat. Great to see Heather. Thank you for joining us. But I'm not wrapping up the stream. That's Nathan's job.
No,
and
no,
Nathan
of
can
course,
do
Okay.
whatever he
of course.
wants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
he
can
can
hang
keep
out
it
for a
going if
little
he
bit
wants to.
longer before we wrap up. That's not a problem.
Just thank you, everybody. I'll just hang up from this Discord call. But bye.
Take care.
Take care. Oh no, it's
Have I
gonna
done? No, I haven't done it.
it's gonna change my perspective.
Discord, what are you doing?
There's a red button. There you go. He's found it. Oh, it's going to change the perspective. There we go. So if I remove that one. There we go. That'll do. Excellent. That still works. Hi, Heather.
Hi. Are
Just
there any
you-
other questions? I haven't.
It's potentially possible. The only problem is I used to have access to a log from all the way back to the start. Apparently that has been removed. So unless I pull up the stream,
Which
I'm
one?
not entirely sure.
Oh, the chanting one?
Which question are you looking at?
Oh no, I'm just trying to see if there's any questions.
Might have been earlier on, but I'm not sure recently. I think you've covered that one by Nick. Yep. I think for me, the only true questions I have, Heather, besides obviously levels of critiquing and stuff, but I don't feel that's super necessary. I am really curious. So I get the feeling that based on your involvement with the project in and of itself, and probably your interactions with Chris, especially, you probably know a fair bit more about the plot than you're letting on, or at least his vision for what the plot kind of is, right?
So that, yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be some things that like I'm going to withhold because I'm sure someone else will tap into it. But again, you know, I'm kind of in on it with the audience most of the times, but there's
Okay.
just like a few things that I will not tell because
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
that's what makes it unique. It's still, you know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's still an ARG. So
Yeah. So
why spoil it? Why spoil it?
No, of course. So I'll go ahead and bring up Nick's question, which was what Ren had once asked. How did you get away with filming stuff in the middle of the cemetery in the middle of the day?
Oh man, I wasn't there for that. But from what I do remember, it was a very quick thing. I think it was like a very quick like we're gonna do it and then let's get the fuck out of here, because if I remember correctly there were guns in that, or
Yes.
pretend, you know,
Yeah,
fake
yeah.
guns.
Yeah.
So genuinely I think, as with a lot of these riskier in public actions,
Shoots, yeah.
it's just kind of pure luck. That's why I don't recommend it. I think we just happened to get lucky. I know that there was like one episode where I think the like order was about to like assassinate Chris and Alex like in the middle of the road,
Right.
and they tried to do that one very quickly. But like as they were packing up, that's when the police came, because I guess someone was like, "Oh my God, they're murdering someone in the woods," and the police came right as they had finished putting everything suspicious away. And they're like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" It's like, "Ah, we're just filming something. We're actually on our way out." And the cop's like, "All right, you know, bye." So like, if he had rolled up while they were filming that scene, a bunch of like masked people about to like, you know, act out chopping someone's head. Yeah, I feel like this is the United States. They're probably gonna go guns blazing, like, you know, shoot first, think later. But so that's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario is just don't do it, or just talk to someone who's like responsible, who owns that space. Trust me, so you don't want to risk that. But yeah, we never had anything happen, like anything serious happen.
That's good. So real quick, we're gonna point out the fact that Valeria from Red Hat is in chat, who said, "Sup, nerds."
Hi, Belle.
Amazing. Good to see you. We're excited for Act 2, by the way, which...
we were just gassing up your Slender character.
Constantly. Whenever Act 2's out, you and me, we're going to talk. We're going to talk because we're going to have you on. It's going to be great. Heather. I do have a question.
Sure.
And I don't know whether you know the creative answer to it or not, but I am curious.
Okay.
So we have this idea of the quote-unquote fourth world that the Order and Garleotep envision or exists in, or what have you. When it comes to the fourth world, are we talking about a different interpretation of a fourth dimension, or is it like an entire separate just world? How would you? Do you have an idea of how you would define it?
So I always interpreted it more as like a dimension because literally the rift is, you know, cutting through the veil between the two.
Yeah.
So I'm like pretty certain that's how Chris wants it to be interpreted as, but like it just fourth world because the what's it called, the Nova Europa, forgot the
Yeah.
name of
The
like the
Novu Ordos
grander,
Europa. Yeah.
yeah, whatever it is, like the grander all of this, you know, is an old world philosophy, so you wouldn't have the term dimensions yet, so like it's just a completely different plane
World,
or,
basically. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I'm with you.
a
Like a
world.
new
So that's
world
how I
order.
always interpret it.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So like I always thought that it was a dimension. At least again, how I was explained to me.
Yeah, because I know for me, like a person who, I'm not saying I excelling in physics or anything like that, but I remember back in high school, I used to really love physics, and I used to read a lot of physics books, basically by like Dr. Michio Kaku and maybe not so much Neil deGrasse Tyson and stuff like that these days. Bill Nye, you know, a variety of people, and so I love the idea of you know, multiple dimension theory, and so that for me was where I'm like, oh, okay, it's a fourth world, like a fourth dimension. That makes more sense because it's like a representation, almost like our own world, but it's different. It has more than we can currently comprehend, and blah blah blah. Yet again,
And that's and that's why like the way that even Alex was was portraying that world to Chris was in a familiar sense
yeah,
in order to like not absolutely like
of
brain
course,
like explode him. That's
yeah.
at least how I see it, and it's like, well, this is just a projection for your own sake. Um yeah. No, it's really cool. I never until we started talking about this, I was like, I never thought of it that way, but yeah, that's how I would interpret it.
It does get a lot more
You
convoluted,
guys
but
get deep.
well,
Yeah.
I do because I like a lot of scientific discussion. But Val
Yeah.
actually has a really good question. So Heather, serious question. Have you had any ideas for a Slenderverse series that you would entirely show run using the verse format?
Yes. Okay. I don't know if I told her this. I think I may have. But OC do not steal. So I would like to have a project where it's kind of like ticking in reverse. So it has a lot to do with time. So
Ooh,
essentially
okay.
how I would like to format something that would be entirely mine
Yep.
is starting kind of like, you know how in ML Anderson how like time and like clocks have a lot of significance to it. So I want it to be like a 12 episode kind of like mini series where it's on like 12 o'clock, which would be like midnight.
Mm.
You already kind of like see the end of the world, and then it ticks backwards. So like each episode would be like an hour to like, you know, and everything makes sense when you get to like, you know, 1 o'clock in that sense.
Mm.
So you end up having to like to understand backwards instead of understanding forwards.
Interesting.
But I have a lot of really cool ideas for it. I'm still scripting it. I actually just bought my first camera. I was gonna borrow Chris's, but I bought myself one. I don't know if anything what I said made sense. Because again, I'm still like kind of mapping it out, but like I have a really unique idea for what the monster would do. And it actually kind of has something to do with like the interdimensional, kind of like what we were talking about, like, you know, very metaphysical, you know, bleed overs from dimensions. So again, it probably doesn't make any sense now. It will make sense once I finish like the second draft.
I think she's.
That's
I
a
think
very
she's
good
good.
question, Val.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic question, Val. Thank you very, very much for that. I think
Yeah, very
I-
much Memento, Val.
I think what's really incredible about it is that you've taken a concept that a lot of us take for granted, or yet again that we don't think about. Right? It's like second nature to this point, almost like breathing. Right? Like you don't consciously think about breathing until somebody mentions it, and then all of a sudden you really think about it. So the idea of time being in a different kind of a format, that is incredibly interesting. And I yet again, I don't want to pry you too much more for information because again, that's for spoilers. But I'm very interested about what you're going to cook up.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'm very much looking forward to seeing where it goes. It just this is like my first like totally myself creative adventure. Unfortunately, I suffer from a really, really, really bad case of perfectionism where I don't even start things because I'm like, if I don't know it well, and like it's really held me back making projects myself. I'm just very self-critical.
Right.
So like it's very cool. It's taken me a lot of time because I'm like, oh man, I'm like 33 and I'm just starting to truly understand how to tap into my creative experience.
Tell me about
it. So no, but it's like, but that's the thing that's so interesting about aging and living and growing older is like what you like, you don't just stop learning at 22 years old. Like every year you learn something else, and it's like, the whole societal, well, you should have started that like when you're 16, because if you when you died at 16, then you'd like blah, blah, blah. It's like whatever. It's like there are plenty of people who started like their musical careers or their artistic careers like in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. I don't know. So yeah, it took me until I was 33 to really understand, the beautiful hard work of being a creative, making something totally your own, and allowing yourself to like the grace to even do it. I don't know. I'm just so I can be very mean to myself, but it's like it's fun. I'm like really enjoying the process of like doing something that's all my friends have been doing for a very long time. They inspire me, every single one of them, Val included, are all like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it. And that's the beauty of the Slenderverse. They've finally cracked my egg.
In a metaphorical sense, not a.
Yes.
Don't take it the wrong way, Chad.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
More in like a I saw the TV glow kind of way.
Yes. And as Val herself mentions to everyone in this comment section and Nate himself, so I am paying attention. Folks, just make a Slenderman project anytime. It's an absolute creative blast. Dark Harvest is phenomenal, and it's a homemade passion project, which I think is is a fantastic way to describe it, because I know for me especially, I feel like Dark Harvest doesn't go, and yes, some people might view this as a critique, but for me, I view it as a humbling and fantastic thing. It doesn't go insane with, spending an insane amount of money, like high production value CG effects and going to the most insane destinations and stuff. It is people coming together with a vision of a project. And I'm not saying it didn't, it was free. It probably cost some money to go places and to do this and to do that. Of course.
It's very bare budget, trust me.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's made on $0.
Exactly. It probably is low cost, with people really pouring time and effort into making it look and feel as amazing as they can do it. And quite frankly, if you ask me, that's what a passion project is. It doesn't have to be about the dollar value spent. It has to be about the commitment and love poured into a project. That's truly what makes it special.
And missing one of your favorite bands so you could film the finale.
I mean, I'd be like, look, we're gonna be a week late, but that's just me.
Yeah.
We all have different opinions.
That was so beautifully put, Nate. That was like your soapbox, speech to everyone.
I have always been full of uplifting and pep rally speeches, simply because I believe in a variety of things, and I do know what to say, because I have managed and led a variety of teams in different environments, especially in ones that don't look like they're going to do very well. But hey, doesn't always pay the bills. Is what it is, right?
Yeah, but...
It is what it is. I'm gonna still do what I do. I don't give a fuck. Who cares?
Billing.
But yeah, Heather, let's talk about your project later on. I'm really curious about that. It's really interesting. So I think we're gonna wrap up simply because it's been
Yeah.
nearly 4 hours, and you know we all have places to go, people to be.
I can't believe that we're doing this for 4 hours. This is a lot of fun.
I easily can believe we've done it for 4 hours. We've easily gone on tangents with many people, yourself included. And again, we would absolutely love to have you back, even if it's just for random shenanigans. We would love to have you
Or
back.
we could play RuneScape together.
I was so gonna segue into RuneScape. That's so fucking fun.
We're bringing it back. Chekhov's RuneScape.
We're gonna bring it back to Chekhov's RuneScape simply because we're both.
Chekhov's Rune Scimitar. Let's be real.
First of all, it would be the Dragon Abyssal Whip, okay? And second of all, it would be the fact that I still don't fucking have it, which is bullshit. But you know,
Val's also RuneScaper.
oh my god, Val, are we gonna all chat about RuneScape? That's gonna be so fucking great.
We're gonna create a clan.
Look. Okay, I haven't played in like 2 weeks.
I want to do
I'm gonna
a
get back
Slenderverse
into
clan.
it.
Hold on, I'm writing this down so I remember.
Do
A
it.
RuneScape.
Look, I'll
Slenderverse
start logging in a lot more again. I'll do it. Last time I played was like 2 weeks. I annoyingly so hot confession. All right, for RuneScape hardcore people, I still don't have a single skill in 99. Okay,
I don't either. I have a 93, and that's the highest I got.
Wow. Okay, that's still higher than mine. Simply because I log in maybe for like an hour, I grind one skill, and then I hop off. Which, yes, is a hot take.
You mean you're having fun with the game?
Yes, I'm having fun with the game, and I'm also managing my time because I have to be a fucking adult. Okay.
I hate XP purists. I play the game so fucking slow, and I will talk to some people, and they'll be like, that's like the most inefficient way you can get 99
it's
mining.
like,
I was like,
well, I
hey,
can't be here all day.
Do you guys remember the fact that like we're playing a game we did when we were kids and we're trying to replicate the feeling of us
back
being
in middle
kids?
school,
When
back in like the fucking 2000s?
There was no XP efficiency, there was no roommate, there was no quest helper.
It took so long to grind anything back then. It's so much easier now. I'm getting fucking lamps and all this throwaway shit. And I'm sitting there like,
yeah,
I don't even want to grind anymore because it feels like it's too easy now. This is like bullshit.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, the beauty of, and I can't, like, I'm so off topic, but like I was telling you, I was gonna get very passionate about this. The thing that makes RuneScape one of the best like games of all time is that you can like experience the game in real time. And the reason why I say that is that like two players could play two different ways and still make it to the end destination. Like you can have the person who quests till they get to a certain point, they 3-tick manipulate iron ore, and then they'll get like a rune pickaxe in like 2 hours. Or
which
you
is
can have a person who,
horseshit.
like us,
you get
who
rune in
log
2 hours.
Like
Horseshit.
No,
Dude,
you can. No, you absolutely can.
I hate that.
You can.
I hate. Well, if you had the money, maybe.
You
but
can
like,
easily do it. No, you can easily do it.
But I remember being lured out to the wilds, trusting some random person who could give me black gilded armor and shit way back in the day.
Yeah, trim your armor.
Oh, fucking.
Or double X.
Yeah.
Double
oh
GP.
my god, right? And I fell for it so many times.
But you could do it in 2 hours, or you could do it the fun way like we do and just play the fucking game and not trying to break it. But
Honestly.
at the end of the day, we'll both get to 99. You know, player 1 would have done it in about like 2 weeks, and we're doing it in like 5 years.
Shut up, Ray.
But either way, I think that's a really incredible thing. It's like a lot of other games, like you have to like, if you do this, then you proceed. But like RuneScape kind of just, it's so customizable.
Yeah. You can play the way you want.
I've always been like, the WoW people are fucking crazy. Like RuneScape's so much cooler.
Wow. It's a whole different kettle of fish.
They're two completely different games. They really
I have
are
so many opinions
on
WoW. And as a person who played WoW, I have so many opinions on WoW. I much prefer RuneScape.
Yeah. I don't know. RuneScape just kind of like forced you to like have the same fun you did when you were a teenager or like, you know, a kid. And that's what I like about RuneScape.
100%. 100%. Everybody, we really hope you've enjoyed our... Do it. You and me, Val, we're gonna look into this. Everybody, we really hope you've had a fantastic time with us. This has been almost 4 hours of Dark Harvest nonsense and far too many tangents, but Who fucking cares? You know that's what we do.
Thank you.
We've had Heather. It's been a fantastic time. We even had Val fucking show up. I mean, come on. How much more do you
Now we
want
gotta
from
get
me?
Tim. Now we gotta
Oh,
get Tim.
dude, if we can get Tim as well, I feel like we're all just gonna sit down and play RuneScape, and that's gonna be our life for like the rest of it. Chaos. Don't even get me started on Diablo 3. The Crusader runs I would do was insane. I never died. I had a hardcore run Crusader. We went Torment as far as we could. I never died. Don't even get me started. The amount of fucking games I spent way too much time on. Don't even get me started. This has been fantastic. We really, really hope you've had a lot of fun with us, and we really hope you've answered maybe a level of questions. Granted, to be fair, I didn't have full
like
access
Kevin
to it.
Smith of the Slenderverse, I just go on side tangents.
We just do what we do, okay? And we've answered maybe 2 questions, okay? That's good enough for me, if you ask me. If you'd like to see Heather in a future installment, whether it be Dark Harvest related or otherwise, let me know, because obviously we'd love to have her back. She's very entertaining, a lot of fun. We'll probably do RuneScape. I think that's great. Val!
Fuck yeah.
What a surprise to
play
see
with
you
us.
as well, honestly. Oh, glad you caught it at the end. Great work again on Dark Harvest. Can't wait to see what you make next. Amazing, amazing compliments, if you ask me. We really hope you've had a great time with us, guys. We're going to wrap up because I need to eat some food. I'm out of beer.
Same here.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching. We're not going to have a stream next week because next week I'm landing back in the UK and I got to go back on the job hunt pretty hard and I'm probably going to be exhausted. I got to work on videos and got to work on other stuff as well. So there won't be streams next week. I do apologize, but we'll get back in motion after that. We'll figure out a new schedule and shit. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.